dong hanging off.
Kind of looks like Glenn Quagmire as a woman.
I think we're back.
All right.
I think you can hear us now.
Good, all my misogyny and racism. You guys missed it all.
I think I don't know.
Don't worry, there's 2 more hours left. I'll get some more in there.
Yeah. So they hear us now.
Oh, cool. Good.
So lucky you.
and that was the 3rd time I had crabs.
Well, Tim should wash better. Anyway. Already. It's already early. Hold on. Where's the bell? Hit the bell. That's the bow arrow bell. So Tim, sponsored by Burger King tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't had Burger King in a while.
Yeah, it's actually pretty decent.
And it was hot.
It was hot.
Yep.
It was hot.
Yep.
Now it's ice cold, but that's okay.
You know, it's Burger King. You go there now, and it's like one person working.
Yeah, I felt bad because
he's doing the counter, he's cleaning the tables, doing the dry.
It's actually the Burger King.
It's the only one in town. Yeah, well, it's the only one in town that's open.
The one by Snap-on.
Yeah.
24 hours, I think, too.
Yeah, 24 hours. So
That's
I felt
crazy.
bad because I drive up and there's 3 people in line.
Yeah,
and they're all like, they pay, they go to the next window, get their drink, and they're all moving forward. I'm like, the fuck? There's only 2 people working. You know, so
there's nobody in those.
No, yeah.
I worked in Beloit a few years back, and there was one right by the jobs. We go every couple days.
Right.
It's the same guy. Oh, how you doing, Ed? You know, it's like, give me a couple minutes. I got to cook up some burgers.
Nice. Yeah, it's not bad. Kind of missed a double whopper, but we won't get into that. But my week, pretty good. No golfing this week. Oh, did the Blade. So hung out there all weekend, watched the Olympics. I didn't get a chance to watch the gold medal game for the men, but watched the second half of the women's game. And I tell you, after watching the Olympic experience, I'm really digging the FIBA rules because it's like old school basketball. We can fucking beat the shit out of people.
Dude, there are no fouls.
Yeah,
it's
not
great.
at all. So yeah, not really much going on. Did the Blade stuff. Kind of have a couple questions though. I've been watching some TV, some movies. Kind of found a plot hole in Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
So Jules and now I can't think of his fucking name. Jules is Travolta and
Vincent Vega.
Yeah, Jules and Vic, right?
Yeah.
Go to the boys' apartment, right, to go get the briefcase, right? So it's 8 in the morning, right? 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
They walk in, dude's eating burgers.
Yep.
Did no one ever catch that before that they were eating burgers?
It's a Royale with cheese, remember?
Oh, it's a Kahuna burger.
Yeah, the Kahuna burger.
Right. But no one ever saw that before, that 8 o'clock in the morning they're having hamburgers.
Look at the big brain on Brett.
Yeah, exactly. Say what again? I dare you. Look at that. So,
what?
Right? So I just wanted to point that out because
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And he shoots Marvin in the face. That's right away in the morning.
Right.
That's an early morning accidental shooting.
Right. Yeah. So and
in Milwaukee, they're all at 2:45 in the morning,
Right.
but here it was already light out. LA, they're a little more laid back with their shootings.
And then watched a Sheryl Crow documentary, which is really good. I think she's kind of underrated. My question is, and this will probably relate to the WNBA, whatever happened to Lilith Fair? Remember how that was such a big women's bands and produced by women and
wasn't the Bodines would be, or not the Bodine. Who's those ones? Sorry, I screwed that up.
Yes, you did.
What are those 2 chicks?
The Indigo Girls.
Indigo Girls.
Luscious Jackson.
Yeah, Luscious Jackson.
Oh,
yeah.
I love Luscious Jackson.
They opened up for live.
Yeah,
one time they were good.
Oh,
too.
here,
yeah,
great song.
Fun fact: the drummer from Luscious Jackson was an original Beastie Boys member when they were a punk band.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Good. It was actually a really good band.
Yeah.
They had a couple good videos.
Yeah,
and
great. They were they're signed to the Beastie Boys Grand Royale record label as well.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Grand Royale with cheese.
Right. So yeah. So
I like how you pulled that one out of
Nice.
nowhere.
Nice. So
Of the podcast ether.
Yeah, there are my 2 questions for the week. So hopefully we can make that a reoccurring theme.
Yeah. So Tim mentioned the Blade. That was my weekend. The Blade from Friday to Sunday. It was it's a long weekend, but it's a pleasure doing it. It's the guy it's for and remembering and what they do into it. Chris Wade, Kaylee Seiler run a lot of it. They have a board, Jason Griffin, owner of Sheridan Lanes. I can't remember. If I'm missing, I'm sorry, I didn't remember. That's the board members, but do a great job with it. Raise money every year for different local charity. The money stays here. Good softball overall.
And what was the charity this year?
It was, I can't remember the woman's name. You caught me off guard, and I will have to find it for. I'll get back.
But it was a great cause because I read about this online.
Yes. She had some kind of experimental thing where they had to like shut her body down and do surgery,
Yep.
and then put her on ice and then bring her off ice and warm her back up. And it's crazy, like 8-hour surgery. I think I have to look into that. But you can find it all on the Blade Memorial website. They tell you everything. Unfortunately, last year's recipient passed away a few weeks ago. Dana Garcia, unfortunately, she passed away. But they do a great thing. It's a great thing they do. So, and it's awesome to do. It's fun to do. We do our best that we can announcing it. But I think it just adds an element to the game. And I think people don't get that. You know, it's when you play softball. We played for years, and the big thing was Rotary. You got to go and get announced, and it was cool because it's cool. It's something different. And I think this tournament, although the Rotary has a decent tournament, I think this tournament has eclipsed any tournament. I kind of wish I still played because it's a cool tournament. It really is. It really is an excellent tournament. It's fun.
And since you're the announcer, you're like Puddles from.
More like Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Puddles.
From JT's or
JT Finney's when he was sitting up in the upper deck up there.
Yeah, so it's fun, and in the bags tournament's great thing. Jason Griffin does. They run a John Armour and Jason Griffin run that all weekend. They did a double tournament you sign up for, and then Sunday they did a blind draw. It was kind of cool. So stuff. They give away a bunch of giveaways on Saturday. Face painting for the kids, food trucks, couple food trucks, not as much last year, but tacos, yeah, both days. So it's cool.
There's room for the kids to play, go chase home run balls.
Yeah, they get a buck a ball if they them, so it's kind of cool. And so I just want to shout out to them. And it
lots
was
of Malort.
Yep, yeah, lots of Malort and gin. And if they'll have us back next year, we will be back for sure.
Yeah,
because it's a great time.
Yeah.
So besides that, this week that's all I did. Tomorrow night, Green Day is on tap.
Yeah,
going to Wrigley Field to see Green Day.
Some picnic going on next.
Yeah,
Saturday.
I've got my picnic this weekend, a family picnic. My Battle on the Board, not my, but I kind of run it. So the Battle on the Border soccer tournament's coming up. I'll probably shout out that next week. But a lot of things coming up next few weeks. And the summer, it's a shame it's ending. It went fast. So
yeah, it did.
Great summer so far. Everything's been great. Haven't had a chance to catch a Cubs game. We got to get that in sometime, hopefully by the end of the year.
That's in the next few weeks. Here.
Yeah, we got to do that. So, but besides that, awesome. So
we could do September though.
Yeah,
nothing's really holding any of us down.
I'm cool with September. Yeah, do a day game or something. Find one.
Yeah, it'll be like 8 people there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Probably 3 of them White Sox fans.
Yeah,
because they want to see baseball.
They just want to see Ivy and get a hot dog.
Get something.
So let's start off with good, bad, and ugly. Before we'll talk about tonight, we'll talk about the Olympics. The end of the Olympics we'll bring up or talk about a little bit.
They're done.
Yeah. NFL training camps are in full swing. A bunch of preseason games went down this weekend. Also, we'll talk about MLB baseball is tightening up a little bit. Cubs have won a few games here. Brewers got their stranglehold on getting to the playoffs. I think they're a done deal. And I don't know. I think they are. Cardinals will mess around a little bit, but I think they're going to take it.
Kind words too. White.
Kind words from Swa.
Swa, shout out. It's not the Blade without you guys. Thank you so much for all you guys do for us. Hey, very welcome. It's a pleasure. Like I said, it's our pleasure to do it and be there. So let's start off with good, bad, and ugly this past week. We'll go through, and if we have any honorable mentions, anything, we'll hit them after. So if you have anything extra you want to throw in, go ahead. So let's start off with, I think, Ed tonight. Yeah, because Tim started last week. So
I'm going to start off with good because,
look at you.
I know. It's like
softy. An old softy.
Once I got an onion ring in me.
That's what she said.
Reminds me of high school.
That's what she said. I'm joking. I got a stitch.
Hey, that happened multiple times.
Yeah, speaking of like Stitch, just reminds me like, and one of the best things about the Blade is like you see people that you don't see very often.
Correct.
Right. Joe Stitch was another guy I played softball with. Got to meet his son, who I think I've met like twice in my life, and so like seeing guys like that, Dave Lynn, guys you played softball.
DL was there.
Yeah. Peace out, man.
Oh man.
It is like I said, I think last week, it's like the largest Kenosha softball reunion in town. And if you played softball for 5 years, you probably know 25 people there.
More than that.
I played for 30 years, and I probably know over half the people there at least, and probably more. I just know.
And you're starting to get into the fact that you start seeing the kids.
The kids playing.
Right.
some of the
which
kids
is
are out there
hard.
playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are a couple kids that kids of people that we went to high school with, and like, fuck,
So
Fuck. Tim's like, is that mine?
Yeah. Right.
it's Myron. Myron Jr.
Yeah, Myron Jr.
Right.
Hurt his wrist last game.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
That's why
okay,
I was amazed when I went there. I mean, I missed this year, but
Right.
last year I was amazed at all the guys' kids.
Oh yeah.
And then these kids would come up to me and it's like, oh, hey, old man, how's it going?
And
It's
no
great.
offense to little Myron and Trey, but they're no Myron.
No, I hope they can they accept that.
And they probably know that.
Right.
Yeah.
And plus the fact too, like some of these teams, like hanging out with some of these teams, like the Chicks, the Lost Boys and stuff, like how much fun they have off the field.
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about drinking. I mean, just like
we used to do. Goof
I
off, mess around,
yeah,
talk little crap.
I think they
to each
do
other.
more of it.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
think they've like,
Perfected it.
yeah,
Well,
they're
they learn from the best.
pretty much.
That's
And
right.
Blade's one of them.
Right. Yeah,
Not
exactly.
to be funny, but he
Right.
was one of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
He played softball, but he played it just as hard. He was just as hard outside the lines
Right.
as inside the lines. Let's be honest.
Right.
And not anything crazy, but he was. He loved everything about the thing outside the lines of
Right.
softball, and that's what
The
everybody
relationships.
loves about it. Yeah,
Right.
that's what it is. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I know the first few times I went to Fond du Lac. It's when I met Blade pretty
What,
much.
Fond du Lac?
Fond du
As
Lac.
Reese used to say? Yeah, Reese, it's Fond du Lac. It's a D, not a G. Anyway.
Right. You didn't pee on any
It's like-
hotels, right?
Who's the guy sleeping over there?
It's Blade.
It's Blade. You'll meet him if you
some-
play softball.
It's
Yeah, some great
and
great times.
I did an interview a few weeks last week with Swa and Kaylee, and it was funny because I think I made a comment. We did it at Sunnyside, and it was like we talked about it. And I go, actually, we're at the place that like Blade was the mayor of Sunnyside, wasn't he? That was his town hall.
Yeah.
That was. It really was. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. So yeah.
I just found out recently he didn't own the place.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought he owned it.
No.
He had like his own chair,
He had stock.
Yeah.
He had stock. So,
Oh, my God.
So you're good. You're gonna start with good.
Oh,
things.
goods. Yeah. My goods. Kenny Bednarek of Rice Lake,
Oh yeah.
Olympic sprinter. I think 200. Does that sound right?
I believe it was the 200.
Second straight silver. Second straight Olympics, beating the favorite and celebrity Noah Lyles, who was. Did you see the Noah Lyles thing? He's jumping around
COVID.
before, all pumped up. He ends up with a bronze, which is still commendable. But they've been talking him up for months. And then he's like, "Oh, I got COVID. I need a wheelchair to get me off the." And then there's video now of him coming out that he was partying afterwards again, no mask, no nothing. What a douche! It's like I got some stuff on here. I'm probably not going to say now because it's a good.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
I'm going to just stop right there.
Make,
and,
make that your bad next
yeah,
second half.
no,
The
I
second
got 20 bads.
Uh-huh.
No, so Kenny Bednarczyk of Rice Lake, Wisconsin.
Okay.
I'll be up there, in the next few weeks, and great story. I mean, I don't know why his story's not promoted. He's got 2 silvers now in 2 Olympics in the sprinting. And, he was him and his brother were adopted. I believe they grew up like in Nebraska. They were adopted. They moved to Rice Lake, Wisconsin, up in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a Menards and an Applebee's out it. Oh, then there's a Farm and Fleet
And
too.
a Culver's probably now.
Yeah, there is a Culver's right there by the Quick Trip. Yeah, so
That's
I mean,
that's the Menards of fast food.
he was
Or
like,
kind of fast food.
and he was like 4-time state champ, and it's good to see a local guy doing stuff like that, and then they really didn't talk about him for
Yeah.
winning, a silver. So
Yeah, because Lyle shot his mouth off and had
Yeah,
to be, like,
he's-
center of attention.
well, he's
and-
the center of attention, exactly, and he hasn't produced in 2 Olympics now.
Yep.
Did he win the gold in the 100 this year?
yeah, barely.
Yeah.
By-
So I mean,
by
yeah,
clavicle.
so he's good. Yeah, that's right. It was by clavicle.
Right.
Yeah, so he's good, but I mean, he ain't any better than half these other guys. I mean, he's right there with them. They're all about the same.
Yeah.
It's not like some of the women I saw that Lavrone or whatever, the hurdle chick.
Yeah.
She's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, she was good.
I mean, that could be my other good. How in the 4x400, it was even. She was the second leg, and she pulled away
Mhm.
and made it look stupid. That was
Right. She's the hurdler, right?
in the hurdler,
Yeah.
and she finished in the hurdles.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been any more dominating
She was the
performance, maybe
Ledecky-
ever.
She was the Ledecky of the
Yeah,
track and field.
exactly. It's a
Yeah.
great point.
Uh-huh. She was.
She's lapping people almost. It's so crazy how good she is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my good Kenny Bednarek.
Nice.
Timothy.
Good one. I'm gonna go. I'm not really prepared, which is weird. I'm gonna go overall like the USA women's basketball team winning the gold, and not for the fact that they squeaked out the victory, just for the fact that it's their 8th gold medal in a row.
Yeah.
They haven't lost.
Since 94, I think.
96?
96, yeah,
Right.
96.
I think the women's basketball, if I saw a stat, it's only been around for 13 Olympics.
Right.
Women's basketball, they won 10 of the golds.
Yeah.
So only 3 other countries have won anything. They won 10 of them.
Right.
So
Yeah. So, I mean, greatest Olympic team ever.
And it's not like women's basketball in the United States has been this big thing. Like, say, men's basketball has been around since the 30s and 40s.
Right.
Women's basketball is pretty much a new thing here, too.
Yeah,
Just
the
like everywhere.
Last 50 years, basically.
Yeah.
Our lifetime.
Like our lifetime.
Right. So, so that's my good. Real simple.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Thanks.
my good is going to be my good is Stephen Curry.
Nice.
His last 2 games, hitting, I think, 17 threes in the last 2 games. Although the line, it's a little closer, but I'm not going to take that away from him. I mean, they wouldn't have won the game against Serbia without him.
Nope.
They would have lost that game. That game would have been a loss. And I think I'll do the bad now.
Okay.
Can I throw in the bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
My bad is Steve Kerr for his rotation there. I don't like it at all. I don't like taking guys to the Olympics that can play. And if you're going to do that, you might as well take 4 college kids with them that have the experience.
You're saying like Halliburton.
Yeah. Why take pros who they have to waste their time? I'm not saying that time is wasted, but Halliburton was a MVP candidate. Tatum was they were all MVP candidates. You can't take these guys and just shoo them away because, well, the older guy's going to play. Then if you're going to do that, then just bring 4 guys. And I'm sure Halliburton, they don't care, or maybe they do, but it's just weird to me.
I'm going to guess Timmy's going to say something similar to what I'm saying. Go ahead.
I kind of disagree because it's a process with that team.
I agree.
Right. So, and the fact that some guys can't, I got to be careful how I word this. Some guys don't adjust to the FIBA way of playing. Like, it's a completely different game.
Yeah.
Different rules, different.
But whose fault is that? Grant Hill built a team. He should have brought guys that can adjust to the way.
I totally understand that.
He's a moron. He went to Duke.
And I like Grant Hill. I'm
a huge Grant Hill
fan.
fan,
Steve
actually.
Kerr too. I have no problem. He's done well. I mean, he's coached teams.
But he's going for a gold. Like, and this was going to be my bad too. Is like the whining of the fact that this team didn't dominate and win every game by 30 points. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's not the same.
It's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen again.
No.
You know, this isn't 92 with, the best of the best against the world. I mean, every team's got NBA players or NBA caliber players now, and they've caught up.
Yeah.
So, and France is going to be the team. I think next year is going to be them. Like, their gold medal prospects right now is probably as close to USA as it's ever going to be. So,
yeah, that other player they got, I can't think of his name, but he's going to be in the NBA soon.
There's 3. There's Alex Sarr. There's 2 other guys.
I can't think of the other.
Who was the first round pick this year? What was the name again?
Sarr was one of them.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. There's 3 guys that got drafted this year, and there's a guy last year from Washington that got drafted as well. So, they're getting better. Like, and the thing is, it's different. Like the whole international. We can talk about that another time too. Like the way that the international game now is set up, it's way different than what the U.S. does. And the fact that, and the bad for like the whining for the gold medal game too, for the women too, not beating, France. The France was like a 16-point underdog. They only beat them by 1.
Yeah, touching on the line,
right?
It could have been a tie game.
Kevin Durant special,
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, this is a team that's only had like 7 practices together, and I know they played together before and things like that, but it's not like these other teams that are playing year round, especially like 3-on-3 is the same way. Like, you won't see NBA players because unless you have dedicated players that can leave during the season for the NBA and playing these international tournaments to qualify for the Olympics, you're not going to see good 3-on-3 men's 3-on-3 teams.
Yeah, 3-on-3 is hard to watch. It's a different game. It's like, it's not even basketball. It's not even. But what I was going to say is, Halliburton and Tatum in 4 years are going to be the leaders at.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to have that experience and they know how to prepare and how to play.
I'm with Scott, though. We've talked about this multiple times. I think for these big sports like the NBA or hockey in the winter that are where it's an international league,
Right.
Soccer. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as rugby, but like, I mean, some of these ones where I think there should be an age limit, 23, 24, only playing young guys against. It would suck for Serbia. They would get killed because
Germany. Like all those European nations would lose out. I mean, but on top of that, because of the popularity of basketball,
I think it would build more.
They would have an advantage.
Yeah, I think it would even up some of these teams that we'd have 22-year-olds and 21-year-olds in there.
Right.
Really no team leadership. It'd make it a lot more fair.
Right.
I mean, we have more talent. There's no question.
If I had a talented kid right now, I'd probably move overseas to have him experience that overseas basketball upbringing than have him play AAU. To be honest.
Yeah, I don't. We've had they learn more.
Right.
Did we talk about this on here before?
Have, right.
Where they actually train and play basketball
5 days training like one game.
Yeah.
Instead of playing
Where
17 games in one.
Right.
AAU is like, I want to score.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To show everybody I can score.
My daughter plays with some. I'll just say it.
I know what you're. I know.
All I do is try to shoot. That's all I do, and then it's
hard to watch.
You've seen it.
I've been there. I've seen it multiple
times. There's no offense, and it's like the coaches don't try to change that.
No,
it's okay. That's the flow.
It's one girl just throwing up fucking bricks all day.
Yeah, and then she scores 30 points in 65 shots, and it's like, oh, look at her.
Right, and you got a box and one playing against you, and you don't adjust.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we all see it, and I'm not even a basketball guy, and I'm like,
yeah. But my bad is still Steve Kerr.
No, I like it,
and I like Steve Kerr. I just think it's almost like the old baseball when you put a travel team down. Hey, they paid their money; they should get to play.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. I mean
that's the worst. I played on those teams. Like, why is my son not playing? Because he's the 14th guy on the roster.
Yeah.
Right. You got 12 guys vying for 40 minutes. There's going to be,
and that is the thing.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Right.
It's 40 minutes, and the time flies. There's no TV timeouts.
And there's no fouls.
But Tatum has not been playing. He had not played well in the friendlies. He hadn't played well in the early stages of the game. So it's not.
He didn't even play that well at the end of the NBA championship. I mean, Brown carried that team.
It could be a championship hangover too. Partying and stuff, having a good time, not training much for 3 months.
Yeah, banging sluts.
I'm just saying, people go to the banquet circuit. They call it the banquet circuit. That's what happens.
I
agree. You win
agree.
a championship. That's what the hangover
Look at the Cubs,
happens.
Man. That team,
2016.
They were wore down.
That's a long banquet.
They showed up at like spring training. They were all like had white beards and shit.
On the flip side of that, for like another bad would being like how much the Lakers have wasted the LeBron AD tandem. Yeah. How mismanaged they've been.
Yeah. Do you agree? LeBron should have been the player of the Olympics.
I was going to mention that.
I understand the numbers.
It's hard.
I look at the last 2 games.
It's hard for me to be. It's hard for me to be objective. But Jokic averages triple double.
But I'm saying in the winner, if they're going to go that and I get it, his numbers were good. LeBron's were good. Don't get me wrong.
And when they needed the baskets, he took the ball and went down the court.
And I think when you said it last week, he was pretty accessible, and he was pretty much did what he was supposed to do over there. He was the
leader of the team, and he ran the offense.
He ran the brand of the USA, except for when he shut away the kid.
That was ridiculous.
That was terrible. One kid, nobody around, get away from me, kid. And he's like dancing after he walks.
Yeah, this French kid's like, or probably a French kid.
Wants
I'm
an
guessing.
Autograph, and he get away from. He like freezes like, and then the guy was a 6'10" guy, like was in a bunch of. Hey, and then he shoot him away, and then walks in the door going like this, dancing, going in the room. Yeah.
Yep. And the security's like
that
was security's like back up from the king, or he said the king.
Yeah. And
it's horrible.
That was the one. Yeah. But anyway, I just think if you look at it, you kind of look at it like we had to pick an MVP yesterday for the softball tournament. You could take the whole tournament, but when it comes down to it, it's about when you get
the
there.
Last couple games.
And if it wasn't for Curry, they don't have a gold medal.
No.
I don't. And you watch it. Do you agree?
Curry and Durant. I mean, basically, right.
Durant seemed to be carrying that team early, and then Curry late.
And in typical LeBron fashion, in that game in the fourth quarter, it's a close game. He just stands at top of the key, dribble, takes a 3 and bricks it.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like you have to understand that if you are the leader, you have to understand. I'm gonna run a play to get this guy open because he's on fire. Just follow me. I'm gonna screen you and drop it off to you.
Right.
I'm gonna take 2 guys and just do this to him.
There's 4 guys out there that can score. You got to draw 2.
Shot it, and it's like he wanted to have that moment where I'm the guy that made that shot, and he didn't make it.
And Durant took over more, and then Curry was the closer.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and in
yeah.
both games they
Right.
did it. So I just
Those
think,
three all were. You could have been co-MVP all three of them.
if
right?
it's-
I don't understand why they bring it back, like because there was never an MVP for a long time.
it's dumb. It's so dumb. The Olympics
Right.
aren't about that.
You're right.
You individual sports are track and field. Go do that if you want to be.
Right.
Basketball, hockey, all that stuff. It's team sports and it's team. It's so dumb. It's publicity. They just want to have an extra thing they can put on someone's
Right.
mantle and say, "Look what you did."
Right.
I
And,
mean-
and for like the LeBronites to be like, oh, he's the GOAT. You know,
Yeah,
Jordan
'cause
doesn't have an Olympic MVP. Like,
I started hearing all the is Curry a top 5 player of all time?
no.
Not even close.
Absolutely. And
Not even
I
close.
like Curry.
I do too.
I would argue that Durant might be the greatest Olympic player.
He is the greatest Olympic player. I don't think there's a question.
I would have took, no one not remembers, but
Christian Laettner.
I like that one.
No, I lost
Christian
my
Laettner
train.
got
That was a
so
great
much.
one.
Christian Laettner was one of the greatest college basketball players of all time. I don't.
Oh yeah.
Top 5 for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And he gets a lot of shit because that stupid Olympic team. Where
And
the
I don't
dream team-
understand
Well,
what
that's
I don't,
different. He knew his place.
Yeah, sitting on the back of the bench with Halliburton.
Yeah, he was a what do you call it? He was a college player with pros. He knew he wasn't playing much.
No.
He got experience.
Shaquille should have had that shot. That spot.
It should have been 2 of them. It should have been both of them.
I guess. Yeah.
But Leitner was. I
Did
mean,
Shaquille-
if
did
you
he-
looked at the greatest college basketball players, Leitner would finish above
played in
Shaq.
Does Shaq play in the Olympics?
No, Leitner would not play in a show for Shaq.
I would. I
Shaq
would.
was far and above better than Leitner.
Laettner just has
Oh.
Laettner has this because he
Laettner
played
had
on winning teams,
great
better
team.
teams,
and
That's the
made the big shots when they had to.
Yeah,
He
right.
did what he had to do.
I would say Carmelo Anthony would be a like 1A to like greatest Olympic player.
thing. Yeah, Carmelo had some great Olympics
Right.
too. You're
And
correct.
Kobe was really good too, but Durant,
Who was on the team that lost though?
the 2000, like Marbury and
Was Carmelo on that team?
I think so.
Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, I
yeah.
can't put Carmelo on that team if he
Right.
allowed his team to lose the Olympics.
You're right.
I know what you're saying,
Right.
but if
No.
your team loses the Olympics when you're supposed to be you're favored,
Right.
And don't get me wrong, and the quality back then wasn't as good as it is now. It's not even close.
Is Carmelo American or Puerto Rican?
American.
Because there's a court in Puerto Rico in San Juan. I've talked about this on the show before. When you're in San Juan, you walk around and there's a court with Carmelo Anthony
Oh,
Court
really?
there. And it's in like this barrio that's really rough.
Okay.
I mean, you can get murdered down there. So you don't go down, but you can see you're up on a hill and you can kind of look down into there. So I was wondering if that's where, if he's got some ties to Puerto Rico. For some reason in this Olympics, there were separate Puerto Rico and separate American teams, which blew my mind.
Why?
I don't know.
I think
Runners and stuff
that's
too.
been going on for years.
Yeah, which makes no sense.
Right. Well, I mean, Guam has their own Olympic team.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so American
Yeah,
Small probably
it's kind
does.
of weird. It makes sense. Never thought
Yeah.
of it that way.
I mean, France has the same thing. You'd see Cameroon's its own country now, but I'm trying to think of what other.
Right.
It would be like Tahiti
St.
having their,
Bart's.
yeah, or something like that. Yeah,
Right.
and I think the Netherlands all theirs are together.
Okay.
So if you're from Curacao, you'd be in the Netherlands.
Really?
except for
yeah.
Little League World Series.
Yeah, right. It's true.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't even know where they have a room to play baseball on that little bitty island.
So my bad is still Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr.
You're bad, Ed.
I've got like 10 bads here. I'm gonna go with the track and field athletes. You watch these like I watch a lot of Olympic. I've never watched this much Olympics in my life. I watch almost every day. I was actually sad today when I turned on the TV and there's no Olympics.
You know, the other Olympics that I watched a lot of was the '84 Olympics because of all
Right.
the McDonald's.
The McDonald's, and I had a buddy that worked there, so he brought us a stack.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's probably why I have diabetes
Pretty
now.
much, right?
Just from
I think I had a Big Mac every day from like July till September.
And
Mickey
not
gave
to
us
change
a
the subject,
stack.
the other best game ever was the Monopoly game at McDonald's for years.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
That was
You
incredible.
get a park place. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, on his boardwalk.
I got a park place. I have 10 of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna be a gazillionaire. Back then, it was only like $100,000.
Can you
but-
imagine with the internet now? Like people be like, "Hey, I have this piece. You have this piece."
oh yeah. That's my way. Stop
Ooh.
doing it. Good call.
We'll split it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, anyways, the track and field athletes.
4x100.
So I'm watching these semis, and they like run at like 80%. Do you ever watch this? It's like, oh, I got a big final in 2 days. It's like you just ran 45 fucking seconds.
Right.
Run through the finish line. They pull up like 20 feet and they slow down.
Well, what hurdler jog through his preliminary because he was automatically qualified.
Yeah.
And he ran like a 38-second like time.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, because he's
Seriously.
already qualified.
Because yeah,
And he just has to run it to make it.
he's got to run it, right?
Why'd he qualify though?
I don't know. I don't understand how that.
Because I know the heats. It doesn't. People are like, oh, he came in fourth. No, it goes by time. It's all time.
Right.
No, it's like sometimes the first 3.
I thought it was a time thing. Each heat was timed.
I watched a lot of Olympics.
So really it was?
Some were the first 3.
Comes in,
some were like the first 2, and then all the time. It depends what event
I see
it
what you're
is.
saying. Okay, I see what you're saying.
And then so they would get like the first
top 4
6
finishers and 2,
Yeah.
and then the other top 7. To
It
finish
depends what it was. It
Okay.
seemed it was different on almost every one, but they'd run it like 80%, and they'd look back and like, oh, I'm going to coast in because I don't want to use energy because I'm running in 2 days in the finals. It's like it's 45 fucking seconds, run all the way through. And then sometimes people are catching them at the end. It's like, holy cow, you made it by like you said, a clavicle.
Right.
And can you imagine like in a football game, some guy like in week 3, say Caleb drops back, throws a bomb, and DJ Moore catches it, he's wide open. He's like, oh, I'm just going to go out of bounds at the 20 because I don't want to waste my energy for week 17. It's like, what the? Or baseball, like a pitcher, like he's, oh, yeah, I'm in the 5th. I'm just going to throw 85 miles an hour because, we got some big games coming up in 3 weeks.
If that happened, how fast would it be like they're gambling?
Exactly. That's what this looks like. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? They slow down. And it didn't work because Kyle, I can't think of his name now. Noah Lyles.
Yeah.
No, Lyles, yeah.
Yeah, he coasted in. That guy can fucking fly.
Right.
He's coasting. Didn't help him in the finals.
No.
It's like,
maybe it was a COVID.
Yeah, so I just don't get the not crossing that finish line at full blast.
Right.
So, all right. What's your bad, Timmy?
I already said it. The critique of the gold medal games, the men's and the women's, the over
critiquing.
Oh, right.
Okay.
How they didn't blow them out.
agree.
And, right.
Especially the basketball. It was like, again, like I said, they're too.
I have to say that the women's team look worse. That was probably the worst played half of basketball I think I've seen a national team play. They were just off. But the thing is,
but against Serbia, the men's looked shitty for 3 quarters. They only had
women
60 points.
Right. The women look worse. I don't think the women got to 70, and they were averaging like 90 something.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, the teams have gotten better, and you're the best. You're gonna get everyone's best every night.
Yeah.
So, right.
Like we did tonight in bags.
Right.
We played
exactly.
the best.
Right.
We gave them our best.
Did we?
Wasn't enough.
You know what? I have to say too. I didn't say this when we were there.
Terrible.
If those guys were like a little bit friendlier, might have stuck around and played all 7 games. But fuck those guys.
Only guy was pretty cool was the guy that played with
me.
The guy on your end that was laughing with you.
Steve.
He played with me on my end too. He was kind of cool. The rest of them, nerds.
Yeah.
Because I was laughing. I was like, I forgot what I was doing. I'm like, oh, sorry, I've never got a point before.
Right.
Because you put 4 points up on the guy.
Yeah.
I'm standing around looking. He's like, and I look over at him and he's standing there staring at me. I'm like, oh, it's my turn.
Right.
We've never got a point before. He starts busting up. I'm like, that's pretty funny, And you're right. He was cool.
Yeah.
The rest of the guys were that fucking old guy that looks like he goes to the car meets every week and sits at Andy's
driving with his
restaurant
car. Yeah.
with his car. Like, hey,
Look at my 1962 Chevelle.
just put new headers on it.
Right. I spent
Look at my
120.
glass packs.
I spent $120,000 getting it restored. I've drove it 4 miles.
Yeah.
That's who he looked like.
Because it gets 2 miles on the gallon.
Right.
You were actually doing good again and stuff. I'm like,
He was getting pissed.
he was getting pissed. And then he finally turned it around at the end.
I had him
and-
walk by. His partner's like, man, you almost fucked us. He said something like that.
Right. I was kind of hoping we'd win the first game just to fucking rattle them a little bit.
Tighten
Oh,
their
yeah.
assholes a little bit.
Yeah.
So-
you guys played really well in the first
We
game.
did. Yeah.
No, I still got
Oh,
smoked.
yeah.
No, but I
Same
mean,
at us. We played the second game.
I almost pointed a guy.
Yeah.
Which I've pointed 1 point all year, I think.
Pointed. Giggity.
I get all excited when I get a point.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
So
All right.
my ugly, I got audio from it.
Oh.
Ready?
How'd you jump me already?
Because we're going this way.
You're on ugly. I went first.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just fucking with
I
you.
forgot
now.
I did my bad back to back. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I got audio. Hey, Steve, I'm gonna jump on the field. Okay, here I go. Ah, fuck! I broke my leg. The morning at the Cubs White Sox game that jumps out to run the field and he breaks his leg. Hey, good for you.
How could it get any worse as a White Sox fan?
At least you can't blame security for hurting you. You hurt yourself, you stupid moron.
You know, if it was Cincinnati, he still would have got tasered.
Should we taser him? I don't know. He's just crawling around screaming.
And with that, I say,
Scusi. Babbity-boopy. Che cosa? Babbity-boopy. Babbity-boopy. Babbity-babbity.
so Ed, you're ugly.
I've got like 10 uglies
I
here.
got
So we're
a
going to
couple.
go. Oh. First, I'll do two real quick. What's with all the stickers on every fucking athlete? You see the swimmers, the runners, the gymnastics. It's something with the way they can feel their skin. You know, it's,
Yeah,
they got like these big
the black
sticker
tape and stuff.
Yeah, there's just like huge, like,
Yeah,
for the white,
it's
black for the black guys, white for the,
It's medical. It's
peach
actual
for the white guys.
It's actual medical tape where it
Yeah.
like loosens your muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's like,
stuff.
I can't remember too,
that's
but
cheating for, I'm thinking that's cheating. Everybody's doing it. Even the Chinese guys got them.
a lot of wrestlers use it.
It's
a
like
lot
yellow.
of football players, basketball.
I know.
Did it.
Yeah. It's just weird. You see these guys wearing like a wife beater, and then you can see all these stickers on
Yeah,
them.
when Bonds would put the tape around his head, it would get smaller.
It's like when Ken Griffey Jr. on The Simpsons. So that, but then my actual real ugly was Jaron Duran of the Red Sox. Did you guys see this story?
The homophobic slur.
So yeah, he throws a slur out, and I looked it up this morning, and I checked AP, I checked Yahoo.
No one's writing about it.
No one says what it is. So they said he said a curse word and then a homophobic slur. So my little mind figured he said cotton picking chutney fairy or ferret. Sorry, ferret. Sorry. That's like an old like 20s cotton picking chutney ferret.
Nice.
It's like, I'm gonna guess he said effing something,
Yeah.
2 F words in a row. But yeah.
I'm gonna guess it wasn't good.
But you got, as a professional, and again, we've all been under these situations where and the guy was like, "You couldn't hit with a tennis racket. You need a tennis racket." It was something like that. And
Okay.
he's like, "Fuck you," And you get to that point. We've seen it all. It's happened to all of us.
Right.
But you're a professional.
Exactly.
You were just the All-Star Game MVP, wasn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
So it's like
2-game suspension he got too.
That's it.
I saw it today. Yeah.
I thought he'd get more.
he apologized. He said it was horrific what I said, and it's like, okay, first of all, you don't think it's horrific. You're just saying that.
What
But-
did Thomas from the PGA say? Remember he lost his
he said the same word, the F word.
Did he say the F word?
Yeah.
Oh, the effity F word. Have both F words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So he lost his sponsors and
So
stuff.
no, I mean-
you were talking about the word cigarette in London.
yeah.
That's what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Right.
Okay.
Or a pile of sticks back in the old days.
Yep.
Or it rhymes with the things that garbage bags get when the maggots.
Yeah. So I mean, it's again, we know
I'm
it.
just
We
saying.
know at these dates you can't say the retard. You can't say that word anymore.
which
you
is
can't-
dumb.
I mean, I guess you can't say the N word if you're a bunch of white guys on a podcast.
So if I'm doing an ignition and I can't retard the ignition,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're retard. At work, we retard circus.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's reasons for it. I got yelled at one time because I yelled at Petey at
Just one time.
no, we were at Rivals, and we were talking about a fantasy draft, and I was like, "You reneged on your deal," and these two guys are like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a word. It's not the same thing." So yeah. But yeah, you can't say. We know nowadays you got to be under control. You're a
Right.
professional athlete. You're getting paid millions of
There's
dollars.
cameras everywhere.
There's cameras and
Right.
sound.
Phones and
Which
everything.
it shouldn't make a
Right.
difference
Ask
if the
LeBron.
cameras are not.
Well, yeah, exactly. You're right.
I mean,
Yeah. You should have better.
you should have some control.
be
Right.
smarter.
Obviously, this guy, and you know what? I give the fan more credit because he did get under his skin.
Right.
That's his. I mean,
right.
I can remember when we were young and going to Brewers games and people yelling way worse stuff at the athletes, racist stuff, and just horrible things
Yeah.
about their families. And I can remember that plain as day.
I watched 42 the other day.
Yeah. What did he have
couple-
to put up with?
Right.
That's a good movie.
Right. And then watching I think Jackie Robinson was going to Cincinnati, and that's when Pee Wee Reese put his arm around him.
Yep.
because he was from Cincinnati and stuff, and like watching this little kid like follow his dad, calling, it's just weird. So great movie.
Yeah.
You never saw it before that?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Pee Wee Reese was like a big supporter of Jackie.
Well, watching him what he was going through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
What's his name?
Harrison Ford was Branch Rickey.
The guy that played him in the movie.
Oh, he was the dude in
Wakanda guy.
Yeah.
Wakanda dude.
I think he's
the
guy that died, right?
Boseman?
Chadwick
Yeah.
Boseman
Yeah.
did a great job. Actually, I like that movie. I liked Wakanda, but I thought that was one of his best roles, was playing that role.
Yeah, he's in a movie called Seven Bridges too. That's pretty
I
good.
never saw that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
top
if
movie.
you go back and think about it, Jackie Robinson might have done more for, like civil rights and anything than any other, than maybe like Martin Luther King.
For sure.
I mean, he doesn't get brought. They always bring up, the lady on the bus,
Rosa Parks.
Rose Parks. I was getting there. I'm getting old.
Right.
But Jackie Robinson, I mean, when you think about it, he made it mainstream for black and white guys to be playing together. And
Right.
And the reason why is because you were forced to see it.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch the Martin Luther King speech. You don't have to
see, we didn't see Rosa Parks.
No.
I mean, nowadays you
you're a
go to
force.
even make that up, with all the AI
Yeah.
and stuff, but it happened.
You're,
But
you're a
Right.
sports fan. You see
saw
it
that.
happening. Yeah, you go to a game and oh my god,
look at that. That guy's right there with Pee Wee Reese, and they're slapping hands,
Right.
like they're buddies.
Yeah.
And there's some shit that happened behind the scenes, obviously, that,
Right.
But good for Pee
that's
Reese.
a good point.
Yeah.
That's a great
And
point. You
Branch-
get to see it.
Branch Rickey too. Like,
Yep.
The
I mean, it's going to happen eventually. I mean, I look at, what was that, 55 when that first happened?
I think so. Yeah.
And I have some Milwaukee Braves memorabilia. I have a pennant from 58. And they had quite a few black guys on that team. Wes Covington and, obviously Hank Aaron.
Right.
There was, I think, 3 or 4.
Right.
So, I mean, in that short period, how integrated baseball became.
Right. Yeah.
And they always talk about Jackie Robinson or Larry Doby, but I mean, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Ernie Banks right after that.
Right.
Like I said, there were even guys like Wes Covington, and there were a couple pitchers on the Brewers or Braves.
Yeah. It pretty much raided the Negro Leagues at that point too.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty
So
much
that-
it
that's
destroyed the
probably- yeah,
Negro Leagues,
right.
which, well, I mean, it makes
Did
sense.
Jackie play? He played in the Negro Leagues, right? Did he, or did he come up right out of
I would
UCLA
guess
to
he
go to
did.
Montreal?
I would guess he did.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't he play for the Monarchs?
KC?
Yeah, one of them, didn't he?
Ernie Banks did, I thought.
Played for
Monarchs. Asking if Jackie Robinson played for the Negro Leagues.
Yeah, he did. I believe.
I think it was the Monarchs.
thought he did because that's where I thought they found him from there.
Yeah.
I thought.
I mean,
I could be
he played
wrong.
baseball.
Hank
UCLA.
Aaron played
Oh,
Hank
okay.
Aaron played 1 year, I think. Then he ended up in Eau Claire playing minor league ball for 1 year.
Jesus Christ, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, in Eau Claire.
Wow.
So again, I don't know how racist people were back then, but Hank Aaron played Eau Claire, and he didn't get murdered. So, I mean, you think about it.
I can't comprehend that.
Yeah, I mean, for like him, it had to be like going to space. Seriously, I mean, but maybe people are, who knows?
Do you think
We don't know what happened there. I mean,
Do you think it was better or worse than playing in the South?
I bet it was better.
He played 47 games for the Monarchs.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I know my shit.
Yeah. Well done.
I don't have any Jackie Robinson cards either.
No.
And I do have some Hank Aaron, Ernie Banks. I forget what we were even talking about.
Ugly.
Yeah, what did I
It's
say?
Tim's
Oh,
ugly now.
Jaron Duran. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was talking
right.
about his slur. Well, maybe we'll
Slur.
have some gay players eventually.
Billy Bean.
Yeah, I know there's been some. There obviously there's probably been hundreds.
Yeah.
Right.
Seriously, I mean, there.
Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I played against Jeter. He didn't even hit on me, and I'm a pretty fucking good looking guy. Passed him on the infield. No,
Giggity.
no,
No.
Can't find the right button.
it's probably going to be good though.
Where was it? What'd you say now?
So, man,
You're pretty
I passed Jeter coming in and off the infield. He played short. I played second, so we'd cross coming out of the dugouts. So he didn't even hit on me.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot. He comes from upbringing. His parents are probably idiots too.
That was
I forgot to talk about.
yeah. We got plenty of time.
So today I had the pleasure to see Mr. Wiersbecki outside of Ed's house, and he propositioned me. He brought a brand new Camry. He said he would give me a colonoscopy if I wanted one. Then he said, "Meet me at the hot tub later. I'll be naked with no water in it." That's
Yeah.
He asked. I swear
That was
to God.
my dad.
Wait,
So guys, we got to wrap this up. Got to be over there by 10.
Ed's dad or Glenn?
No, my
Ed's dad.
he goes, Ed, order me an endoscopic camera. I'm like, what's wrong with mom?
I don't get invited. Ed's never. Glenn's never invited me to his hot tub ever. Yeah.
He does have a hot tub. Here's the problem. I'm going to give Glenn a pass because he does have 3 daughters. And if we all showed up there, they might never want to see men again.
That's true.
Ooh, that should be a plus for Glenn. Then he should do it.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that. Those poor girls. Oh my God. Can you imagine? My dad's friends are over again.
In the hot tub. And they're making bubbles, but it's turned off.
No, that's the normal amount of cans they drink.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh my God.
So you're ugly.
I've got a few uglies. So one is Don Staley, University of South Carolina basketball coach, going to social media asking to fill an opening on their schedule. They had a team back out, and they need to do a home and home series.
Why on social
Carthage
media?
Firebirds are coming to
Oh,
town.
that would be sweet.
The Lady Firebirds.
Lady Firebirds.
So that's
The fire hens.
Yeah.
to the point that
Fire bushes.
I'm there.
I got season tickets for them. We should go to some Carthage games because they are pretty entertaining. I used to go to girls' volleyballs. I actually had a class at night in the gym or whatever you want to call it. And it was like a 2-credit class. And I had to go like 5 times. And I would stop and they would always have like games going. Man, I became a good big girls volleyball fan at that moment.
You had to take gym classes?
We had to take 2.
How the hell did I get out of
I
that?
took swimming,
No,
which was awesome.
I bet.
Because I was like 23 at the time.
Pretty good looking guy at the time.
I was actually in pretty good shape at
Yeah.
that time. I had actually
Rounds of
muscles. But then we had to take like a form and function or one of those type of, we're like a kinesiology type class.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
For
Yeah.
that with the guy that actually recruited me for baseball, and I didn't have to go. He just was like, you got an A. And that's how he talked. He's like, you got an A. I recruited you out of high school.
Was he smoking too?
No, he didn't even smoke.
Lollygaggers?
I think he just had like throat cancer.
I don't
or
want to
something.
do showers.
It's like, this is a great class. We get to take showers twice in a 2-hour class.
Ed, you got an A. Now get in the shower with me again.
I just think it's
sir.
ugly that the best women's college basketball team can't fill out their schedule.
Yeah.
And not
That's
that
weird.
yeah, not that everyone's probably like lining up to play them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like us tonight. Like, oh, okay, let's get the ass whooping done.
That's a good team.
Yeah. So, and then my other ugly is Deion Sanders.
Neon?
Yeah.
Good
Prime. Call him
Prime.
Prime or he gets pissed.
Coach Prime.
Which is stupid.
Coach, I don't have thick skin because I'm whining because people are criticizing my coaching. So I'm not going to talk to the CBS, the local. So the national CBS webpage, whatever, ranked all the Big 12 coaches,
And he was bottom.
and he was second to the bottom. So he would
They
not.
won 4 fucking games last year.
Right.
5, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, with the top player in the
Yeah, was
conference.
supposedly the best quarterback coming out of college next year.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Arch Manning's on Colorado.
Shadurd or
Well, that's what I'm being told. I'm not saying
Right.
what I think, but
yeah,
Right.
but they are saying that constantly.
yeah.
It's like he's going to be the next. He's the next Caleb Williams.
No.
They keep,
He's
but
not.
but he's won 4 games. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the local CBS affiliate reporter was trying to ask him a question, and he wouldn't even talk to him. He's like, "No, you at CBS. I'm not talking to you. I love you. I respect you.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I respect
but you at CBS." And the dude's like, "I didn't write that article. Like saying that. Like, why won't you talk? I didn't write that article." You go, "No, you were at CBS."
You know what I said? I didn't read the article. I don't care. Well, you know what? Your should have been last.
Yeah,
I would've walked out.
Exactly.
Loser.
Yeah.
Right.
You got the best quarterback in college football. You can't win more than 4 fucking games.
Right. So Deion wants to fucking hype up Colorado and talk about how great him and his program is. but he can't take any fucking criticism.
This goes back to the Jaron Duran thing. I mean, it's very similar. It's like you're a professional, you're getting paid, and he's
Right.
getting paid probably over $1 million.
Right. Do you know the rumor right now is he's going to go to USC and take over, what's his name next year?
Lincoln Riley's spot?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's the rumor going on right
I'm
now.
going to start the room. He's one of the Cowboys.
Ooh, I like that.
I've said it 2 years ago. Mark McCarthy, if he doesn't do well this year, he's going to get
Well,
fired.
McCarthy's gone.
McCarthy's gone. Yeah. Jerry Jones is sunk. We can get to that shit later.
Yeah, we'll talk about football
Right.
in a minute.
And then, so my last ugly was the NASCAR race last night with one of the Dillon boys bumped out
Don't say Bubba Wallace, because then it's going to be all hell on TV.
Who?
Logano and
The Bush Boys?
yeah.
Joey-
No.
Joey Logano's still right. He's an old man now.
Yeah.
he is
So
old, too. He's old.
Yeah.
The number 11 card, Hamlin. So
Dan
oh,
Hamlin.
Dan-
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Another
So-
old guy.
so bumped him out of the way, and then
Where was the race at? I'm sorry.
Richmond?
Okay. Smaller track, right? Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So short track. So good race. Coming. So he's 32nd. He's got to win the race in order to make the playoffs. It's cut off for the playoffs and stuff.
So he's at the 30. He has to.
He has to win a race to get qualified
Yeah,
for the
okay.
playoffs. So Dylan's coming through, racing move, knocks Logano out of the way, spins him out. In the melee of Logano bumping off the wall, he bumps into Hamlin and knocks him out and wins the race. Right? So Logano and Hamlin are all fucking bitching about how he's reckless and shouldn't be doing that. So there's going to be no repercussions. How many fucking times Logano and Hamlin do the same fucking thing? And
It's fun to watch racing anymore. They're all hypocrites.
Right.
They all do the same
Right.
shit.
That's how the sport was built.
exactly.
Yeah, bump-
And it doesn't
Dale
happen.
Earnhardt and Richard Petty, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of my way.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Let him know you're behind
Right.
him. Bump him a little bit.
Right.
Hey, you
Give
ain't
him a
rubbing,
little-
you ain't racing.
Right.
Give him a little time.
Yeah. Look up Earnhardt and Labonte. That happened weekly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And that shit doesn't happen anymore because they want to get hurt. And
And then they fight like babies. And
they're fucking
Oh,
whining
that's-
about it. You do the same shit
Yeah.
for years.
I quit watching racing about 10 years ago. And then, you got the Bubba Wallace whining. You got this guy whining. Now you got Logano whining. It's like,
Right.
like you said, when Earnhardt was racing, they fucking knew he was going to rub him.
Right. It's ridiculous. Because I understand it's ridiculous. I'm not going to say I understand it because it's hypocritical.
Yep, I agree.
So
That's a big point. And I'm against hypocriticism.
You bring up racing, ball game in Bristol a couple years
Yeah.
last year.
that Braves Reds,
Right.
right?
Put in a baseball field in Bristol Motor Speedway.
Really?
Yeah,
Play
they're
a
gonna try
baseball
to.
game. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, they're gonna try to.
It's built perfect for it to play a half on it.
Yeah,
Got the round for the outfield. They're gonna put home plate here, and they're gonna
Yeah.
the stands will be
Ghost-
run like this, and they'll run a stands here.
Ghost runners, and you can't hit the right field.
No, it's pretty cool looking though. It's pretty.
yeah.
it's
They
pretty
want to
slick.
try to set the
I
world
like it.
record for attendance for
Oh,
baseball.
you're gonna probably get 110,000 in
Yeah.
there, can't you?
Yeah, it'd be cool. It's gonna be cool.
I like it.
Different.
Trip next year.
Oh, could be
Bristol?
Trip to Bristol,
Where the hell's
Yeah.
Bristol?
Tennessee. Oh, and go to Nashville after we're done. What they got?
It's a hike.
Well, we go after.
Oh, that's true.
Which side's on? Way east?
It's east. I want to say it's
We go to Pittsburgh then. Or Baltimore.
Atlanta,
Ooh.
Atlanta's far south. Not that far south. You're right.
Myrtle Beach. Go see the Pelicans.
Go to Carolina and see a
The
Panther game.
Savannah Bananas.
Oh,
Yeah, we could do a lot. I don't know when's that,
Oh, we gotta-
when's
yeah,
that
go-
game lining up.
no, probably middle of
August.
Summer. Oh, August.
Yeah, it's like a year from now.
Ooh.
Oh.
Should look.
tickets won't be that outrageous if you're trying to draw 100-some thousand people there. They're going to be
Still that. It's still baseball.
they're going to be cheap.
We'll sit in the last row and maybe get a home run ball.
567 feet away.
They're gonna be hitting helium full balls.
Acuna will be back.
Acuna does it, jumps up, blows out of Achilles.
He ran across a grease spot and
Not that I want to see anyone get hurt.
He'd be the guy that him or Trout would get hurt.
Right. So that's
Trout would get injured just watching the game on TV.
Yeah. Those are my uglies. Scott?
Oh, I have my ugly.
Yeah, do you got any more?
No, I don't have any more.
Okay.
I don't have
I've got
any
a
more.
few.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh shit. Oh, I got the Australian G breaker girl breakdancing. Everybody's making a big deal out of that. How bad she was.
She's a doctor.
She's a professor at a college of like
American urban youth, or it's some weird. I
Right.
can't even believe they teach
Did you
it.
watch any of the breakdancing just out of curiosity?
Yeah, I watched the top two men, and I don't understand. One guy stands around the other guy and points at him, and then and then he goes, two. That's the second time you did that, you dork. You know, I don't get it.
Yeah, I watched the B girls.
I can't
for, like,
dance worth a shit, even at a wedding. You know, I get like a slow dance chubby right away, and I
Right.
can't, do nothing. So, I mean, breakdancing's way out of my realm. But
cornstarch helps with that.
cornstarch, I hit the end of it trying to get it back down. Just. No, but Amber's like, look at this. Look at this girl doing this. And I'm like, okay, what? And she's like, no, it's bad. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. I thought it was good. I couldn't tell the difference between the good and the bad. She did like a bunny hop with like a kangaroo. They said she's a pretty good break dancer, but her routine there was crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it's not something I'm familiar with.
Me neither. That's what I'm saying.
And I think that's why people like made fun of it, because it was
ridiculous.
Right. It's something it's something they're passionate about.
And I remember growing up, it was like in the black community.
Right.
It's all like Latinos now, it seems.
Right.
And Australian chicks. I don't know
Right.
why. I'm not even, because I don't know anything about it, like you said.
Right.
And I turn it on. I'm like, where's all the black guys? Those guys could freaking break dance.
I want to know where the cardboard boxes were.
Exactly. I had no clue. This is the first time I've seen break dancing
Right.
since
Crush Groove,
Breaking 2's
Run
Electric
DMC,
Boogaloo.
right. I was waiting for a DJ, and
Yeah.
none of that.
Where there were the two guys, like the announcers that went out there,
They're
like,
like,
yo, no, what's up?
Right.
I didn't know what's going on.
One guy looked like Manny.
Yeah, he did look like Manny.
Right. He did big.
That's
He was
Big
a
dude.
he was
Seriously.
like he was like Run and DMC.
Yeah.
Wow. No, he was a big
Damn.
dude. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just didn't get it. To me, that's not a sport. First, I don't like any of the scoring sports, even because
When it's subjective, yeah.
we had problems in the Olympics again with
Right.
the Simone
Scoring,
Biles
right.
and Jordan Chiles.
Right. Well, Chili's, I thought it was because she was. They said she was injured and she wasn't injured, or they did.
No, she didn't complete one of her required moves or something, so they took points off, and it didn't qualify as a high enough score. Whatever.
Right.
But the whole thing comes down. There were two Romanian girls, probably should have finished second and third.
She you see they protest and she lost it. Now the bronze medal.
She lost the bronze. Now they're re-protesting because they said they protested in time incorrectly. But the Romanian girl actually got screwed. What should have been the silver, not the one that was her and Chiles are fighting out. There should have been one between Biles and the gold. They said she stepped on that line. She never stepped on that line. It was like a Durant thing again. And they never checked it. But they showed it. Her foot was up above that line.
Right.
She would have been the silver.
Wow.
And then there was a bronze Romanian, and then that Jordan Chiles came up short, then was put in that place, and now taken back. So it's a mess.
It is a mess.
I hate scoring. I
Right.
really do. It's so objective.
Right.
All right, that was one of mine. Then my final one. The International Olympic Committee president comes out to the press and says there is no
Blue. What do you say all the time?
You sound like you're from Paris. No scientifically solid system to determine if somebody is male or female.
Come on.
About that boxing thing. He said there's no way.
Both those girls won gold, right?
They did.
Yeah.
They box each other.
No, because they're different weights.
No, they box each other.
They're
from China and her box each other.
Taiwan and it's Taiwan
They both
and
won-
Algeria.
They both won gold.
They backed off the Taiwan one for some reason, but the Algerian one they rode her ass quite a bit. So the top 10 ways I figured the bench warmers can tell scientifically solid system if somebody's male. This is 100% accuracy. You get to go after.
Right.
The first thing would be to hail the contestants out there. Go, here's a map. Get us to the nearest quick trip. Second, did you see that episode of Handmaid's Tale? How did your pap smear go? What's your favorite line in Caddyshack? Because you know the only men will know that one. I have tickets to Wicked. Who's in? No. You ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? Who agrees that Charlie Hunnam is hot? Because every woman thinks he's hot.
I think he is too.
Yeah, I think you'd have trouble with that one because some of the guys would think he's hot too.
I do him.
Another one, grab me a tape measure from your truck. Because no woman knows how to measure shit. They cannot measure anything. And they don't have trucks. Who's up for a Gilmore Girls marathon? Or go make me a sandwich. That's the last one. What did you have, Timmy? Yeah.
NBA tickets, who's in? WNBA tickets.
Women won't. That was going to be one of my jokes, but women don't go to that shit.
No.
Before we finish this whole segment up, is the NBA or WNBA now going to have a big drop off after this Olympic break? And now football's back, baseball's winding down. They're going to have a huge. I think they're going to have a huge drop off.
You know who's going to save them? Taylor
Swift.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Taylor
Tay-Tay?
Swift. She
I
almost
don't
got
know. I mean,
murdered.
they have weekdays games and stuff. I mean, baseball's still popular. I mean, it's Sunday though. That's going to go to football. It doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. You're
Right.
going to lose, I think, a lot of guys to football,
'Cause you-
even ladies to football.
You get more viewership for a crappy football game than the World Series games almost.
Yeah,
sometimes.
right.
It's crazy.
true.
It's nuts too.
I agree. The baseball fans are pretty.
I wonder how much that's just going to change though with all the streaming services with
Yeah,
the new.
I think still people are still going to do it.
Is there going to be baseball streaming now? Whatever happened with that Amazon with the Brewers and the Tigers and the
The
Royals?
Bally's, they bought Bally's.
Yeah, whatever happened with that?
I don't know.
It's going. They're on right now. They're on Amazon.
I can get it on Amazon now.
You get it's in certain markets. Like if you're a Detroit area, you would
Oh,
get
so
it.
you can't get it from any. I can't just watch those games.
No, I don't think-
that's shitty.
I don't think so.
Not that
Really?
I
Right.
no, that's crazy.
You know,
I'll
I
have to
started.
look.
You know, I started watching. I turned on Netflix and Tacoma FD
Is that the dudes from
from Broken Lizard guys.
Yes.
From what's it called? Super Troopers.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's funny.
Solid. It's solid.
The one-
stupid humor.
It's the same guys from Reno 911, kind of.
No,
No,
different
one of
group?
them might.
I know Super Troopers different from
Reno 911.
right. So the one girl's pretty good looking too. For
Yeah, she's very
Reno.
good looking.
Yeah.
And she's funny because she screws them over every time. You know,
Yeah.
they think they're going to get her because she's the rookie
Right.
and she's a cute girl. She's always smarter than the guys. I've only watched a few episodes, but I've seen them here and there. But now I'm going to watch all
Right.
4 seasons. So I was like, yeah, pretty impressive.
I have an Olympic basketball trivia question.
All right.
Name the 2 basketball players that have won the NBA title and the gold medal back to back twice.
In the same year, you're saying?
They won the NBA championship and the Olympic gold medal in the same
That
year,
summer.
the same summer.
And twice.
They did it twice. 2 players.
NBA title, so that's going to be so.
Is it
Well,
one
well,
of the guys from this
well,
team, I'm guessing?
Jordan.
Nope.
92.
So it's-
It's the only Olympic medal he won.
Or just that was just one of them.
Twice.
He did it twice.
He didn't go to Olympics twice then.
He 84. He was rookie,
Okay.
and then 92.
I thought he played in
He
90,
didn't. He
96
didn't go to
too.
96.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yep.
So I'm guessing it's somebody from this year,
Which
which
close though.
which means it has to be a Celtic. So I'm guessing Tatum's one of them.
I'm close.
Who's the other guy? Derek White?
Nope.
I don't.
How about Scottie Pippen?
That's one.
Yeah, there you go.
92 and 96
Hmm.
because he went without
So,
Jordan.
and so it's got to be the other. I don't know who else is on the Celtics
You-
from this year.
X-Buck.
Oh yeah, Drew Holiday.
Drew
Holiday's
Holiday.
done it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good trivia question.
Isn't it?
That's
He's
interesting.
got 2 golds.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He didn't play a lot.
Tokyo. Remember they won the championship. Him and Cash Money flew out. Cash Money was on that team
Yeah,
too.
Cash Money won a gold medal.
Flew
too.
out and they played like 2 days later, won the gold medal.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
Cash Money is an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
Medaler.
Medalist. He's a diddler. What the fuck?
That's
Doesn't matter if you have 1 ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Let's talk about football. Dan Campbell.
That
got us,
old thing's still going on.
Dan Campbell got us fired up just now.
What about? So can we talk about like all the overreaction for all the rookie quarterbacks? Did really, really well.
Yeah. I did. I will admit, I watched Caleb Williams, and I thought he looked halfway decent. He made some good throws, and he should have been 6 for 7, 2 drop balls. He had 120 yards, and the throws he made were pretty solid. I mean, they're better. They're not just dinking and dunking. Like, for instance, Trey Lance was 21 for 42 and for 188. Jesus Christ.
Right.
Dink and duck to death. And that's like a old stat line type thing. I mean,
Well, it's good he's getting the reps, but I mean,
that's a lot of reps for that many yards.
isn't there offensive line like wrecked right now too? Like,
yeah, and it could be part of it. Just
Right.
the play call could have been dumped. They would just tell them to do. Who knows?
Right.
I don't know. But it's nice to see the teams play. Like I watched some of the Bears, and they played everybody pretty much. I mean,
Right.
they played all the receivers
need
were out
to.
there for a little bit. I mean, it was like they went nuts. I get it. You can. Josh Allen played a couple of series.
Okay.
It was his whole first quarter, which is really weird with them because he played the first quarter. It ended. They were in the middle of a drive, and they pull him out. I'm like, let him finish the drive.
Right.
It's just weird to me. Let him finish the drive. I get it. It's one quarter, but
Is Mitch still with the Bills?
yeah, he came in and played after him. Yeah. So it was interesting. I mean,
Right.
I know Bo Nix had a good game. I heard.
Yeah. So did Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson looked good.
Right.
There it is. Justin Fields, 2 fumbles, and that was a problem. They're all saying it's a fumble, man.
Right.
He can't control the ball. That's
So
a problem with him sometimes. I
what-
guess.
When I'm seeing articles about what to do with the starting quarterback for the Saints or Derek Carr because of Spencer Rattler having a good game, it's overreaction.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're
Kenny Pickett was 3-0 last year in the preseason.
yeah. Spencer Rattler wasn't drafted early. There's a reason why.
Right.
I mean, teams don't. It happens. Let's not get wrong, but and he could be good. I think
Right.
I've seen some stuff from him. He could be, but and you know what though? I mean, if he's better, you got to do what Pete Carroll did and play the best player. Doesn't matter who's making the most money. You play the best player. Matt Flynn went to the bench and it worked. The rest is history for Russell Wilson. You can hate on Russell Wilson all you want, but he's a Super Bowl. Should have been a 2-time Super Bowl quarterback.
Yes.
And he was MVP candidate many a times. One of the top guys in the league.
Is that one of the ballsiest moves in NFL history?
It ends up being.
It's got to be up there.
Well, if it works, it's not. It's the right move. It's coaching football now. Looking at a player as A, B, and not as Russell and Matt Flynn. That's the thing.
It really changed the league.
Yeah, it did.
You know what I mean?
Don't be afraid.
Right. Well, it's a blueprint now to how to have a team. You have a rookie. You have a quarterback on a rookie deal so that you can spend on your defense and offensive line.
And their defense was off the charts.
Their defense was elite.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good word.
But you just need to get. It's not going to hurt you in games. Essentially, when you have a defense
But
that's
Russell
good.
Wilson wasn't that
But
guy. Russell.
no,
Wilson
he was
played
even
up.
better.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So you're going to win a Super Bowl.
And they had a great
You
running.
should.
They had a great running game. Everything was good about that team.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like the perfect storm.
Top to bottom.
Yeah, everything just fell into place.
That happens with many Super Bowl teams. It is. That's a lot of Super Bowl teams are like that. They have the right combination. It works out.
Right.
I mean, the Chiefs do it. I mean, they're doing it opposite. They have to pay the quarterback, and they're making players work around it.
Yeah, but the quarterback's not coming back every year and being like, "Pay me more money." He's like restructuring the deal. He's modern version of Tom Brady.
Higher priced, but still, you're right.
Right.
He is making deals to keep guys like Kelsey around for another year and to keep Chris Jones around and guys like that.
Is there going to be eventually a salary cap just for quarterbacks?
No.
You don't think so?
Players union won't allow it.
Just a question. I don't.
I don't think. I think it's almost unfair to quarterbacks. That's not their fault.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's not like they're hurting.
You're going to hit $60-70 million next 2 years. Yeah. Next 3 years. No,
that's what I'm saying. And with salary cap's not rising,
and that's the problem with it is that it's like people are like with the whole. We talked about this 3 weeks ago. Caleb Williams. Oh, look what the Bears did it wrong again. They let Caleb Williams negotiate. No, they can't franchise tag him in the 6th year. You really think it's going to get that far?
No.
You're gonna know by 3 years.
Is it good or garbage?
Yeah, you're gonna know in 3
signable.
years.
It's so dumb. It's like, and actually, every team they should just do that. Fine for goal because you know what, we're gonna know by then.
Right? Yeah,
we're gonna know by then either way by any quarterback. Any quarterback in the first round this year, you'll know in 3 years if they're good or not.
Right.
Well, it's not true. I guess because the Jordan Love thing is a different story. But they didn't franchise. And the thing is, they didn't franchise tag him either. So it didn't matter. I mean,
no, they extended him twice.
He's in a weird. His situation's up,
but
it's different than a lot of guys.
Example. It doesn't matter for a rookie quarterback. That's that. It's still they can start the 4th or 5th year. It's still not going to matter. Most times, if you think you're going to restructure anyway. If not.
Well, 2 years ago, we were just looking at Fields. It's like he's going to take the next step. He's going to take the next step. We don't know behind the scenes what's going on. And, they're probably going, I don't know if this guy's going to take the next step.
Well, I mean, having fucking...
We look at it because we're watching
3
games on TV.
coordinators in 3 years. Like,
yeah.
Doesn't help.
But
Right.
He didn't take the next step, and you'd probably know by the third year.
Right.
What was his? This is fifth year, right? Fourth year,
Fifth.
yeah. So
how many other quarterbacks though have like started in one place and then came back and had outstanding careers?
Let's name him. Tannehill. That's what I mean. There's not that many. Steve Young,
Steve Young,
but that's a
obviously.
different league.
Right.
But he wasn't that great in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, but he
played in Tampa.
He played, but he sat.
Yeah,
but
He was a
he
Buccaneer.
came in and sat behind Joe Montana.
Yeah, and he learned for a
Right.
year or two.
Right.
Yeah.
But then he was, one of the greats.
Right.
I mean,
I the only one I can think of, and obviously being Jay Cutler, he was solid in Chicago, not great.
Right.
And he went through. Once again, though, that proves when you have talent, you can survive because he had 3 or 4 coordinators in like 5 years.
Right.
So he survived. So sometimes it's not always it's stupid.
I mean,
It's like Mike Martz was a moron. He would just send every out in patterns and leave him. And he hated Mike Martz.
Yeah.
And people don't understand when Jay Cutler was getting pissed. Oh, Jay Cutler's a piece of shit. Then you find out later that Mike Martz is like,
Right.
everybody's gonna go out for a pass. Nobody's gonna protect you.
So-
Right.
Oh, okay, cool. This is awesome. Yeah, let's do that.
Right.
so we're gonna put Favre in that class because he started with Atlanta. He was a backup.
Yeah, but he never played.
Right.
Where
That's what I'm
where
saying. Are we?
He was a high round draft
Where
pick though.
Cutler started.
Right.
He was a
actually
second
played
rounder.
somewhere
Yeah.
He was a rich for the Falcons,
But he was a head case. They weren't,
he was a drunk.
right. Well, I mean, that's part. Yeah. He don't drink. Okay.
Right.
How about I can't think of any.
Goff.
Yeah, Goff. I give him.
Right.
He's better. I think he's a better quarterback now in Detroit. But he made a Super Bowl. And he was solid when he was at the Rams.
Right. But he was with how come I can't think of fucking
McVay?
coach it? McVay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Cousins has been successful on 2 teams, and he's going to be successful on a third.
Yeah, and I mean,
You think
Cousins-
He's going to be successful.
is he kind of like
Yeah,
like
there's
flirting
no
with like being like a 3rd, 4th, 5th, a ballot Hall of Famer type guy?
who?
Cousins. The number. I mean,
it depends what he does in the next 2 or 3 years.
He has. I mean,
Another guy who's drafted as a backup.
yeah.
I mean, he was drafted
Second,
to
Robert
fill.
Griffin, same
yeah.
draft.
Right.
He was drafted to hopefully be a backup,
Yeah.
and he's way outperformed a
I'm
lot
just trying
of the
to
guys
think
in
of
that
like
time.
not journeyman quarterbacks, but quarterbacks that played like 3-4 different. Warren Moon.
Warren Moon's
Yeah.
a great example.
Right.
Coming from another league.
How about
Putting up numbers. Well, he put up fucking
Put up
numbers.
great numbers there,
Right.
but again, the Canadian league is like minor leagues.
another guy who he was okay, but Jeff George.
Yeah.
The Minnesota years were incredible.
Yeah,
Right.
Incredible.
That's true.
I mean, but he was a starter with the Colts, but he was eh.
Right. And he played on bad teams.
Yeah, they were.
I mean-
were. Yeah, you're right. They were.
I
bad
mean,
too.
well, Kurt Warner kind of came out
Jeff
of
George.
nowhere.
That's true. Jeff George has a very strong comparison to Jay Cutler. It's very
Right.
same
Yeah.
same concept.
You're
same
right.
Body of work. Although Jay Cutler was good in Denver, and that is. And the problem with that, and people can badmouth Jay Cutler all they want, but I think Josh McDaniel fucked that up for Denver. Jay Cutler should have never left Denver.
No.
Never. That should have never happened.
Well, yeah. McDaniels wanted his own players, his own system. Stupid.
How'd that work out?
Right.
I mean, Jay Cutler, you had a quarterback that was still young, just came out with a Pro Bowl year.
Right.
He was a Pro Bowler.
Right.
And then they said, oh, we don't trade him.
Right.
We're just going to trade him. That's because, Cutler got pissed and pretty much went in and said, I don't want to be here anymore because Josh Daniel kind of talked a little shit about him. And
Worked out for the Bears.
yeah, I mean, he had his best year and he broke his
Tebow.
hand. He broke his hand. I mean, that's the problem.
Right.
Cutler, they were on their way to play a good team. They were 6-2 and he broke his hand.
Cutler was
Terrible.
a legit quarterback. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
And
for much shit he got when he was playing,
He was tougher than people thought.
yeah,
too.
for sure.
Wasn't he all SEC at Vanderbilt?
He may have been, and Vanderbilt was terrible.
Right.
That's the problem. He was a smart. Yeah, he went there because he was smart. He wasn't
Right.
a dumb. He's not a dumb dude.
No.
His podcast. Doesn't know a lot of his podcast is incredible.
Yeah, it's not as good as this one, but it's good.
You look up the podcast when you talk to Urlacher. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. It was so funny.
Right.
It was great. Just how they kind of talk politics a little bit and got it was pretty good.
It's good too. They'll sit there and talk about sausage.
Oh, yeah.
or
He has that
meat.
He has that meat company.
Yeah,
he
meat.
loves it. Yeah.
Is it off the rails like this?
Yeah, a little bit.
They're just kinda sitting
They shoot the
around.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just shoot the shit.
The fuck are we doing?
And he interviewed the chick that Barstool kind of fucked over.
Right.
That chick. That was a
Oh,
great.
yeah.
That was an interesting interview.
Right.
Like,
What kind of tea did she spell?
huh?
What kind of tea did she spell? Like tea? What did she like? What did she?
Oh yeah. She's. I don't know. What do you mean by tea? Okay.
Like what secrets did she?
Oh, what are you fucking 94 years old, like an old talking at the backrack table. I'm kidding.
You say Baccarat?
The Earl, Grey.
She said everything. I mean, I doesn't like there was no NDA when she was talking. I thought it was pretty open.
Was it?
Like he screwed me over, used this, didn't pay me. Then it was. Look it up. He's got
he's not well liked.
He only has like 10 or 11 like interview podcast color, I believe, was one like year he did it. And the universe. I listened one time. I had to drive to Appleton like for a whole weekend one time, back and forth. So I listened to like every single one, driving back and forth, and it was they were pretty good. I thought they were good. Colors just when he was on Dwaddle and Sylvie,
right?
He was hilarious.
He was great with this guy.
Yeah.
I remember listening to that.
He used to give crap to Waddle all the time.
Yeah.
But it was funny. It was good. Yeah, he's funny. He's got a little sense of humor. He's kind of you can see he's kind of a cocky, arrogant kind of guy, but whatever.
It's a quarterback, like
he's almost like
to be.
It's almost like he's just kind of like don't care,
right?
And that's the thing. So that's where Smoking Jay came from.
I got another one. Eric Kramer.
Good one,
right?
Yeah.
Who was
that one huge year with the Bears?
Yeah.
Who was the other quarterback? Miller.
Jim Miller.
Jim Miller until you rotated cuff.
Yeah,
right?
he had when Hugh Douglas killed him
right
in the playoffs.
Right.
Killed him. Literally killed him. I thought he was dead. Yep.
Hey, I mean, there's not many. I mean, did Jake Delhomme play for a couple teams? I'm trying to remember.
Went to
the Panthers
to the Saints then, right?
He was the Saints.
Yeah,
right?
but yeah.
Nothing that's going to go, wow.
I'm trying to think of, I mean, there's guys that move around. You're right, though. It's a very limited number.
How about Joe Montana? And with KC had a couple decent years.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
not as great.
Right.
A guy that wasn't great to start.
Yeah, that played like 3 years and then
all of a sudden out of nowhere was like, holy crap, he's good now.
Right.
Yeah. Well, kind of like Cousins. I mean, he was sitting behind.
Yeah, but he had decent year. Like, I mean, think about Fields, where the fact that he can hit 3 offensive coordinators in 3 years.
Well, it's kind of like Cutler, too.
Right. And then now he goes to a new start. He's got Canada.
And say he's a top 10 quarterback this year. You're saying that.
Right.
I got you.
Right. What are the chances of that happening?
Probably slim to none.
The problem is turnovers. Right?
Yeah.
That's the problem. And it's not even interceptions. It's he fumbles.
But he's got, I mean, it's a good system in Pittsburgh. He's got, good coaching, we think.
Well, maybe Ayuk will help him out.
Maybe somebody... maybe they build an offense around them, or I don't know. You almost have to.
Right. I read reports too that Pittsburgh was actually thankful that Wilson got hurt so that they could actually see Fields play more.
Yeah, I doubt it.
They don't sign I think they kind of not fucked up, but
it's only a 1-year deal.
Right.
So it's not a huge deal for them.
Yeah.
It's no big deal either way. Either these guys don't pan out, they just start fresh.
Right.
See ya.
For Pittsburgh, it almost works out better if Fields only plays a few games. They re-sign him for 3 years at the end. If they see something in him, they get him for a bargain.
Right. They only get him for a 6th-round pick, right?
Yeah.
Is that the deal? Unless he plays like 75% of the snaps.
No, I think it was a straight pick, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, just a 6th or 5th rounder.
The 5th? Okay.
Yeah, something like that. It wasn't anything. No.
So it's not a big deal. 5th or 6th, it doesn't really matter at that point. It's just a pick.
Right.
You already got you're picking out of the top 200. You're just throwing darts at the 5th and 6th round.
Those are backup linemen. And
yeah, your linemen.
Maybe a safety or something.
Right. And if you're the Packers, that's a starting lineman for some reason.
Right. UDA, right?
Some reason they get them. Or a wide receiver if you're the Rams.
Yeah. So yeah, preseason started. A lot of a good handful of Colts players are wearing the halos.
Yeah,
games.
so did one of the Steelers too.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor actually wore it.
Yeah, one of the Steelers linemen.
They're wearing the helmets.
Not the halo. Is it called the halo?
Halo helmet.
The halo. Yeah, where it's the cushion, but they actually
the safety.
had these sleeves over them. It kind of made it look like a helmet. It's hard to tell they were wearing it if you didn't know. Yeah, I mean, but if you didn't go,
the Gazoo helmet, right?
Yeah, they didn't look like the practice one. They actually put a big piece of something over.
It looked like the University of Illinois new helmets.
Those are
fucking badass. They look like leather.
The helmets look great. I'm not sure about the uniform combination.
It looks like the old ones.
I like the uniform.
It looks like that one Bears jail uniform.
Yeah, it does.
That's kind of like what they came from. The Alliance.
Right.
That's where they came from. Red Grange and shit. That was part of it, I think.
Yeah.
I
like
weird.
Them. With the helmet, let's see him on the field first.
Right.
Just looking at him in a picture.
They should go back to leather helmets.
Why not?
Let's get
This
serious.
guy's brains are all rattled.
Serious.
Hey, we're paying him millions of dollars. You know what? Some major brain injuries ain't gonna,
F them.
Right.
Just kidding. That's terrible.
Okay, Jaron Duran.
Anything else with football? Anything else you guys saw?
I understand how who was it? May from the Patriots. They only played like one series.
Who's that?
May for the Patriots, their first round pick.
Treat him like the starter.
Oh, the quarterback?
Yeah,
Drake May.
Drake
yeah.
May.
Yeah,
He only
throw out a
played-
first name.
I think he only played like 3 plays, and then they took him out.
Hmm.
And they put Zappy in,
Oh,
yeah.
and then Melton.
Then
Mel-
Dweezil.
Yeah,
Moon Unit, Dweezil, they all
Unit,
came in.
She was cute.
Yeah.
They played Joe's Garage. It was a good concert.
Right. Joe Milton the third. You remember who he is?
Yeah. From
Michigan, Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah, having an outstanding camp for them. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, he might be better than May. And,
Oh, is that Tennessee guy that was very athletic guy?
Yeah. So
Okay.
like looking through the comments of like this article and stuff, and it's like Joe Milton is the epitome of practice player. Like they're like, look at clips back to Michigan and his preseason and Tennessee, and he gets in the game and he freezes up. So
You know what though? You need backup players.
Oh, absolutely.
Backup quarterback might be the greatest job in sports. You're going to make at least like $1 million or so
Punter.
bucks.
Punter.
Yeah, or long snapper. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
You know if I tell you?
No.
I forgot. This might be my ugly last week. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
this
go
whole
ahead.
thing.
All right.
Went to the Hall of Fame game.
No punters.
No Bears are playing, but I'm like, oh, I get to see the punter punt. They had some other punter punting for the Bears that night.
After they drafted that
Oh, that's the
superstar,
dude from Iowa?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he didn't play at all. He was dressed. He was there. He was dressed.
his leg
fine.
was still tired
No,
from last
and
year.
He's kept them. They had him there because he was holding. So he probably had him practicing holds for field goal because
Right.
for
Yeah.
Santos he's the holder.
Yeah, but
he didn't punt at all.
so you're like,
Didn't
oh,
take one. I was like, oh, let's check this guy out. I want to see a kick.
Right.
Let's see. I'm like, this sucks. I was actually excited about it a little bit.
You're mad the punter didn't play.
I was like, I want to see a punt.
You are a football fan,
Yes.
my friend.
I'm like, I want to see this dude. I want to see what's
Awesome.
going on. But anyway,
he is the biggest football fan I know. I brought this up last
Right.
week.
Absolutely.
I regress now. What we're talking
That's awesome.
about. I regress.
So when is the Jerry Jones Sleepy Joe comparison going to start?
I don't know,
What-
man.
they're just gonna-
I saw
There's just going to
thing-
be some black Indian lady in the box next year, and like, what happened to Jerry?
That's Stephen Jones' new wife.
I think Beasley Carter.
Carmella.
You guys, what was the new? I know he's said something, but he backtracked. What do you say about CeeDee Lamb now?
You're missed. You are missed, but you're not missed at practice or something.
Yeah.
It was fucked up. Like,
It was weird what he said.
Yeah.
It was kind of confusing actually.
right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he's turning. Who's the guy from the Raiders?
Al Davis?
Al Davis.
Yeah, like Old Man Al. That's what he reminds me of now. He's just like some skeleton in the background.
Well, I don't know, man. He's like Jerry Reinsdorfer, a football guy. Although I shouldn't say that. Jerry Jones at least tried to put something on the
Yeah.
field. It may not be correct all the time, but he tries to put players
Well,
on the field.
it's the Al
tries to-
Davis thing.
He tries to build teams. And you have to with football anyway. You have no choice. You have to put
He's
players
like,
on the
look at that guy. He plays hard during, it's like
He's
that's from the
lucky
60s.
that Steven overrules him about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And they've got good football people working underneath
Yeah,
him.
and do you think the Trey Lance playing thing is a tryout to see if they need to sign Dak or not?
Absolutely.
for sure.
They got to sign
They,
Dak, I
they,
think.
they invested a third.
No, I'm not saying they don't have to,
No,
but
no.
they got to make a decision.
He was 21 or 24 for, I don't know if you're 24 for 41 Trey Lance in the other game, or it's 42 for 188.
Those are like dump off passes like we could make.
I was like, I had to look at it twice. Like, that can't be
Jordan
right.
Love only threw 3 passes. He had, I think, that many yards
Yeah.
the other night.
Oh, really?
He probably threw one like 70-yarder or something.
Well, they did
I
give
didn't
up
see the
a
game,
third
but-
round pick for Trey Lance. So, I mean,
Yeah,
they've
that's
got
I get it.
equity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to see what he can do. So,
No,
I
I
right.
get it, but it's just crazy.
Dak's not holding out, right? It's just Lamb that's
No,
not.
Dak's there. Yeah, Dak's
Okay.
playing. Yeah. I mean,
I like Dak. I really do, but
I-
I think he gets a lot more shit because he's playing in Dallas. If he was playing in, say, like Tampa or I don't know, some team that's, New Orleans,
Right.
he'd be like a superstar there.
Maybe it will be next year.
No, and that could be your other,
Maybe he'll be in Pittsburgh next
Yeah.
year.
I don't know.
But man, no, Pittsburgh's tough on their guys too, though. Like
Right.
Dallas, it's a football town. I mean, it's like Chicago's tough on their guys.
But if you win those, if you do anything good in those,
Then
things,
you're
they forgive
You're
you.
a
It's-
god. Then
New York's
you're right.
New York is by far the worst place.
You're right.
Hands
And well,
down, man.
Philadelphia too. They're tough on their guys.
Yeah,
Philly.
yeah.
Where the Packers like, he had a good year 7 years ago. He's due again.
Right.
They don't really care.
I was just thinking about who the quarterbacks are coming out from college, and it's the dude from Georgia, the dude from Texas.
Shakur.
See, Stetson Bennett's terrible game.
Yeah.
He threw a lot of picks.
Well,
He's
the
gonna
first
be
game he played
drinking
in
now.
over a year.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Wait,
probably
like,
hit the bottle
how'd you-
hard.
He had the shakes.
Yeah, the DTs. Jesus. He could. You don't know.
It's too bad. It is like
They're you know what, with the alcoholism thing, I always used to make fun of it, and it's like, you know, and I had a grandpa that was a bad alcoholic and everything, and you kind of make fun of, like, you know, because we drink, and then it's like, you know what, I don't feel like drinking today. These guys can't. I mean, he's 20 some years old, and he's just, that's a disease when you can't
Right.
stop yourself.
I wonder after the 7 years at Georgia if he got his degree.
Easy. Easy. You just watch your steps there, Timmy. It took me 8 years.
Hey, I went back late.
I know I did too.
So, yeah, it was.
Yeah, if we see
He got
him
the
at
game-winning touchdown though after 4 interceptions, so he overcame a lot. And he tested positive for COVID afterwards.
Stetson Bennett did?
No,
Jesus. And then he went to a party.
Nice.
I like it.
Nice.
I like it. Yeah.
nice.
I can't wait for football.
Hey,
Yeah, me neither. I'm pumped. I'm ready.
the Packer Family Night game wasn't on TV, was it?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I was watching the Olympics and I forgot all about it.
I don't think it was on.
That was like a week ago, right? It was around
Right.
the Hall of Fame weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what they said. I just hear, Love threw like a 70-yard touchdown.
No, that was a preseason game. That was a real game.
Or you're the family
Family night
thing.
is
No,
the prime.
family night wasn't on.
It usually is.
It usually is, yeah.
But I think because of the Olympics, it was. It
Uh,
might have been on some like.
good.
That
Even the
makes
game this
sense.
week was like on Ion.
Oh, was it?
I turned it on before. I'm like, I'm going to watch this. And I turned the Olympics on, and I was like, mesmerized by the Olympics.
Right.
Oh, the only bad news for the Packers, Marshawn Lloyd pulled a hamstring.
yeah, he's had a hip.
And Watson was down again the other day.
Yeah.
People around him at practice. I'm like, what the?
This
This
is-
dude's always hurt.
If he doesn't come out completely healthy this year, he's gone. Obviously, I mean,
I mean,
He might
it
not
sucks
make the
'cause
team.
He could be a good receiver. It's just that he never plays.
Yeah, they'll probably end up trading him for like a 3rd-round pick because some team will still be like,
nah,
we could
be a 5th round.
But what'll happen? They'll never get hurt again.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it always happens too. These guys,
Yeah,
find out.
yeah.
Yeah, but
And it's not like they're doing anything wrong. It just
No.
happens where they get.
right.
But it's like the Packers have something going on in their training room because the guys are always pulling.
Always.
always.
Used to
And
be
people even wrote. I've
cramps
seen
all the time.
articles about that, like from
Yeah,
Packer reporters, like they don't understand. It's always something with these guys' legs.
it's
Always.
they sent Watson to UW Madison.
Spent $4 million on him.
Yeah, millions
Yeah.
to study. One leg's a little different than the other, so they had to work on different exercises.
And they were like, just drink Gatorade. You're good.
Yeah.
That's how they solved it. Gatorade. They invented Packerade. Like
some-
Florida invited.
Put some salt.
No, Badgerade. Somebody calls it.
Badgerade.
Badgerade.
It's fucking virgin Bloody Mary mix with a ton of salt in it.
and a scoop of ice cream from Babcock Dairy.
And a little, and you got a little cherry and orange at the bottom to start. Oh.
Right. And a beef stick. Thank you, Kaylee.
A venison stick too,
Yes, beef sticks are great.
from the School of Veterinary Medicine.
Why are you so concerned about the beef sticks?
Oh shit!
Okay.
Right.
Anything else
Um.
about football?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Not that I can think of.
I mean, it's only been a week or so.
Right. There hasn't really been any like injuries. Like holy shit. You know,
Somebody got injured. Defensive player.
Did he?
I can't remember.
I don't know for
Someone
what
someone for some team tore an ACL.
Yeah.
I don't think it
I
was.
thought it was like a low level lineman.
It was a linebacker or lineman.
I don't know. I'll have
Yeah.
to scour. So I
Like I
love
said, I didn't start looking even yet. Really.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. The NFL Network now is running like the games from the past weekend.
Yeah, it's nice. You can watch. Yeah, that's what I did. I
Oh.
recorded the Bears games from there because it was in HD. Because if not, it was on 13 or it's not HD.
Right.
Yeah, so
I can't get the Bears games half the time because my satellite dish doesn't, or my antenna doesn't pick it up right. It's like from India. Got the rotor.
DirecTV's
by
online now.
the time you get it over, the game's over.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
that's 3
I
hours.
gotta might as well climb up with the ladder and move it myself.
Amber's mad because she can't get NPR anymore.
I go up there and I look. I got the omnidirectional antenna, so I got 1 point in Milwaukee, 1 point in Chicago.
Right.
My Milwaukee one's like this, shooting at the ground. I'm like, I gotta fucking climb up.
Limp, giggity.
Even my antenna's limp. It's got ED.
And it's not Peroni's. It's just limp.
It's limp. It's like I can't even get all the murders on Channel 6.
It looks like a sad zucchini up there. So sad.
I'm like, I gotta climb up there and fix that. Amber's like, why don't you paint the chimney? It looks rusty up there. I'm like, fuck that.
While you're up there.
The wind blew it back straight.
That's code. Paint the chimney.
Yeah.
So I have a rumble. Or what do you want to?
I don't
There's
care.
only 2 of us here.
Yeah, that's all you need.
We're doing it.
Oh, we can do it for a future one.
No, you can't tell us.
Yeah, then we're gonna know.
So keep it.
Yeah.
You save it. You let me know when more people are here. You got to pick who goes back to. Unless you want me. Well, even if you want me to do the rumble. If you want me, we can still. We need more people here to judge.
If it's something with basketball, it's probably better off Bradley would handle
Yeah, I'll
it.
wait for Bradley.
What is the sport?
Basketball.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. Okay, so it'll be me against Bradley, probably.
Right.
That's the guess.
Well,
Well, you know what then? Tell me what it is. So I can prep.
Fuck
I have a whole page of notes. I'll have this whole thing, and then I'll get here. Okay, and he'll make me do the other side.
It's like a debate with Joe Biden. You already got the answers. Then you're gonna fuck it up anyways.
Well, speaking of the NFL,
Oh shit.
and kind of pivoting to Harbaugh, that the NCAA's maybe suspended him.
Yeah. That's
Fucking
nice.
He's
Christ.
suspended for what, 4 years until his contract runs out?
He would, if he comes back to the NCAA, from my understanding, he would be automatically suspended for 1 year and have to show cause for 4.
He ain't coming back ever.
No.
That's their way.
He
They
can
don't want him.
retire now. I
He's
mean,
he's the John Gruden of the college football.
no, jeez.
Just
Gruden
Which is
might
a
come
joke.
Gruden might come back because he might own the NFL.
Yeah. Well, Gruden was in what camp? I think
Kansas City.
KC. Yeah, hanging out with it. You brought it up last week. I think
Yep.
we were talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
Hanging out. Reed. When does he get a job again? When is it finally over? For
Who's
him?
that, Gruden?
Since other guys in the NFL can come back after beating women up, but he can't for writing an email.
Yeah, to a personal email that was released essentially
And an investigation
cover up
that didn't-
another
that didn't even-
investigation.
wasn't even about him.
Right.
Yeah. to cover up their
Yeah.
beating women and,
And then after that, they actually let everything out finally because people were like, well, why? Where is the stuff about the. Okay, we'll let it out now.
dude, it is typical politics.
Oh.
That's exactly what it is. It's like, did you just see that bullet go through the president's ear? Look over there. There's a cat. Yeah. That's exactly what it was.
It's the old shell game on the corner in
Yeah,
Chicago.
pretty much.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gruden's
what
the same thing.
What his agent said, he said it's like your high school saying your letter, you got suspended for not signing the yearbook.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is too. It's screwed up.
And it's hypocrisy as well because NCAA taken all that money for years and years and years,
Oh yeah.
and now they're concerned about Jim Harbaugh like not cooperating.
Yeah,
is what the whole reason why he got the show cause for.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Right.
It's some.
He's got all the box documents in his garage under behind Corvette. You know,
I got some at the garage sale when I bought his.
Oh look! It's one of those glasses with a nose on it and a wig. Where's this from?
Hey, look! This is like Indiana's game plan from 2 years ago.
Oh, Jesus.
Why is it on an Etch-a-Sketch? It's 2 plays. Penix right, Penix left.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like for Michigan because it's Michigan.
Same thing. It doesn't matter. Sorry. Sweep right, sweep left.
Right.
Oh, that's.
I heard Penix did good. Did you guys talk about that when I was in the
All,
bathroom?
all the rookies had.
All the rookies
decent,
had good
solid.
games. I don't think there was one rookie that they said did not perform well.
Well, Stetson. He's not really a rookie.
Oh,
but-
yeah.
I think a lot of first rounders they were talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
good.
Stetson, well, he would be considered a rookie because he didn't play, right?
yeah, you got to
it's
play
not-
so many
It's
games.
not like baseball. I think you're on a team. You're not a rookie no more.
Yeah,
He was
baseball,
out-
you
he
have
was-
to have like 150 at
I
bats
think
or something.
he was drafted, so he's not a rookie. His rookie year is gone.
Gotcha.
I believe in football. Like, baseball's different. It's that whole
Right.
service time.
So is
and,
basketball.
Oh, basketball is like that too.
Yeah, Blake Griffin and
Because they can go to.
if they don't play,
the rookie year, they're not considered rookies.
Well,
right?
now they're in the G League anyway.
Oh.
Even if they're on
Blake Griffin had hurt his foot. He was out for the whole year. The next year, he won Rookie of the Year.
the, okay.
So did it? What's the name of dude too then?
Who? Michael Jordan played when Jordan had.
Oh,
no.
no, the guy from recently.
What's 76? Embiid did it that one year. Was it?
Oh, what
Embiid that
about-
Yeah,
year?
he did the same thing.
What about Holmstrom this year?
Holmgren?
Holmgren, yeah.
Holmgren was
But
a rookie.
he didn't rookie either.
Right, he was a
Finished
rookie this
second.
year. He was considered a rookie
Because
this
he
year.
lost at the Wemby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those two, man. Oof.
that's going to be like the next.
Oof.
Yeah.
Those guys are some lanky motherfuckers.
Yeah, they are.
Mofos.
Yeah.
So, any
No,
else about it?
I think we're going to talk about football more in the future.
You think so?
No,
Yeah, No?
Now I want to talk about the Admirals more.
Okay, you're
You lost us over here.
I only talk
Really?
about animals when I go to the game. That's about it.
Yeah, and you're all excited when you're there. It's like, this is the greatest thing ever. We're going to do this all the time. You guys want to go to the Admirals game tomorrow? Fuck that.
I want to talk about football.
Sit around and watch our replays.
You know what? Football? No, we're going to talk about it.
We're going to watch
Wednesday.
replays of our
We're still waiting for
preseason games.
we're still waiting for Willie to respond to the last game.
He's out. He said.
Is Willie still alive? I just thought of that. I've been here quite a bit and I haven't seen Willie in a while.
Has a cold.
Okay.
Got the sniffles. So hopefully we'll see him soon. Yeah, the other day I saw him. He looked like shit, but that's not going to change if he gets better. But he wasn't feeling well either.
He's getting ready for Christmas. Got to get the toys together.
Yep. Got to put the batteries in them. So what else? I don't know.
I'm trying to look. I'm looking through some stuff here. I mean,
Cubs are hot.
Yeah.
We talk baseball.
Oh, we didn't talk baseball at all. Yeah. Cubs been playing better. Lost tonight though.
Yeah, so they're 2 games under.
Brewers. I don't know if they won or lost tonight.
I need the Cubs to get
not.
86 games to win my
You're
over and under
bad.
bet.
Yes,
Yep.
you're bad.
you ain't. It's gonna be a stretch.
How many wins they got right now?
59.
No.
59. They're 58 and 62. I think they're.
Yeah, you ain't.
They're close to 500, but they're not that.
You ain't getting there.
Man, you got to beat. That's 86. That's 8 games over 500. You ain't, or 9 games. 10 games over 500.
I don't be. I don't.
Sorry, my math sucks.
I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think you're getting there, buddy.
No, that's a lot.
Let's
They would
see.
if they would have had some saves early.
Brewers lost tonight to Dodgers 5-2.
Of course they did.
And let's see if Ohtani hit a 424 hit bomb.
Give you 3.
That's homered in his return.
I could see
They're
Ohtani.
59 and 61.
Yeah. Gavin Lux was 0 for 4 back home in the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him some shit tomorrow. I'm gonna be right down by the field.
Kershaw 5 2/3, one earned run, 6 strikeouts tonight.
Who's throwing tomorrow? here?
Interesting.
They had to win 27 games.
Out of how many left?
God damn it!
Out of like 50.
in my mind.
No, it's less than 50. So it's got to be like 40 some. So wait, what's their record right now? Give me the record again. I'll figure it out for you.
Hold on.
You said 59-61, right?
Right.
That's 120 games. So there's 42 left. They got to win 20. They got to go 27 and 15.
They can do it.
If they do that, they might make the playoffs. Wild card. 27-15 is a good record in
Is
baseball.
that right? Is that right? 27 and 15.
What's their record right now?
59 and 62.
Yeah.
59 and 62 puts them at 111, 121, 162, 141 games left. 25. Yep. 25 and 17.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
27 and 15.
No, 27 and no. Oh, they got to get how many games too?
160, 162.
Sorry.
We're right there.
It's 26 and 15.
Yeah.
Because
So
they're
they
at
got to
41
play.
games
They got to
left.
play about 11 to 12 games over
They have
500.
the easy schedule for the rest of the year.
Yeah, they had that early too, and that sucked.
Well, they actually played better in this beginning of the season, you're right? So maybe
They played good. They just couldn't get finish
close,
the
they
games.
games,
Their
yeah.
bullpen's better.
Yeah.
Maybe if Assad's fucking walking people.
I don't know. So,
Yeah.
closing thoughts?
Kate Horton got hurt.
He did.
He's been
all
hurt for a
year.
while. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's out for the year, I guess I heard. Which, yeah, it's only a couple weeks left.
Right.
And it sucks they can't bring him up and use him at all, but it is what it is. Who do you think they're going to bring up? Cubs bringing up. Well, that's the last thing we'll talk about. Who do you think the Cubs bring up? Maybe the last when they get to expand the roster.
Shaw. Well, it depends on where they're at record wise, but I think Shaw's going to be up.
Anybody for the bullpen or pitching?
I mean, you're gonna get Wicks back here. I'm guessing.
there you go.
Brown's gonna be back in a week or two.
Right.
They keep pushing those guys off, and I understand it. They don't want to give him a lot of innings because they're probably in a pitch limit anyways. So they keep saying, "Oh, his toe's still sore. Oh, his back's still sore."
Right.
So you're gonna see Brown and Wicks back. So those two young pitchers, I don't think you're gonna see much coming up. I really don't.
I think they're big Shaw. I think they're bring up. I'm trying to think of the other.
Triantos ain't gonna be up. He's too young yet.
No, they just. There's a pitcher at AAA is pitching really well, and I can't think of his name.
They had a bunch of guys get promoted to AAA like a week ago.
Their
week and a half.
AAA team's loaded. I think they got like 6 of their top prospects are at AAA right now. 6 of the top 30.
Just waiting to come up.
Yeah, let's see what they got. The Iowa Cubs, huh?
Iowa,
Iowa. Let's see who their roster is here.
The iCubs.
the second highest scoring team after Iowa football. Close though, like 2 points average per game.
0.2.
0.2. Yeah, let's go that way. It's probably more like 0.2.
Let's see. They got Elsley. He's done for the year.
Right.
Cole Franklin. He's not on the 40-man, though. Horton's not on the 40-man. Adrian Hauser. Caleb Killian.
Killian's the other one.
I would say Killian. Probably
Adrian Hauser.
Yeah, they picked
Is
him.
that-
They
is
just
that-
picked him up.
He's the lefty they picked up from the Mets.
That's
right?
an ex-Brewer.
Ex-Brewer, yeah.
So he's got to be a great pitcher.
Yeah,
That's they shit pitchers over there.
Well,
Daniel Palencia, I think he's injured, though.
I think you're right.
Because he was the reliever they picked up that they were like, oh, this is going to be the guy, and he got injured right away.
Right.
I'm just trying. Keegan Thompson, who's been up before.
Right.
Jordan Wicks. Yeah, so you might see 2 or 3 of those guys. I'm looking in the field. You got Madrigal's down in AAA, huh?
Yeah.
I think he's done with the
Mastroboni, Mervis,
You said Boney.
Shaw's in AAA.
I'd like to see Mervis come back up, but that won't happen.
Triantos is at AAA. I don't see him coming up this year.
Is he an outfielder? Triantos?
Second baseman, I believe.
Yeah.
Nowhere for him.
Then we got outfielders. We got Alcantara, who's a prospect. Owen Casey.
Casey, I think
He's
might
a
be up.
prospect. He's a huge
Is
hitter.
he's a catcher, right?
No, he's an
Outfielder.
outfielder.
Who's the catcher they have down there?
They don't really
They don't have one.
I thought they had a catcher.
No.
No.
Well, Shaw was a catcher, but he's not.
So they got Alcantara, Casey, Canario, and Brennan Davis all at AAA.
Ooh, Brennan Davis, I'd like to see up. Just saying. Nice to see him go from single A to the
Yeah, we
majors
saw
now.
it would be cool to see him play in single A and work his way.
Right.
I mean, he was a top prospect only like 2 or 3 years
He
ago.
was
So.
a first round pick, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he-
hurt his back, right?
Yeah, he had problems ever since.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know something, and maybe he was the guy that juiced. I don't want to start any rumors, but that he dropped off really quick. So from being a top 20 MLB prospect to like nothing,
Right.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe he's got some other problem. He could have some physical problem too. Who knows? Anything else? I got
Closing thoughts?
yeah, we could do closing thoughts. I don't want to do men's boxing, women's boxing, same thing. I came up with a new idea.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I came up with a new idea. When you get caught with illegal drugs, because I just saw, some of these things on the news, you have to ingest the entire amount of illegal drugs.
No, you don't.
Because I just saw this Chinese national come across the border. He had 400 pounds of fentanyl. I think it would be fair if he had to eat it all. That'd be
400 how much fentanyl?
400 pounds. It would kill off almost the whole population in the United States.
Didn't they just bust? They just made a bust too of like tons of fentanyl. Like,
But isn't it? Wait, Ed, you're lying.
The border's not open.
It's only Mexicans that come across the border, and that's where we're just trying to send back all the Mexicans. It's only them.
Yeah, tell it to my Colombian
When they-
employees.
when they send everybody back, it's just against it's just Latinos. Let's just put it
Oh,
there.
Latinos. Okay, yeah.
Nobody else comes across the border.
No,
It's
not all
just
those.
them.
Not all those guys from Somalia and Senegal that have been coming over.
Yeah. And China.
And
obviously.
China.
How'd the guy get out of China? Huh.
It's funny that
That's
only
interesting.
men can somehow travel from their Asian and African roots and end up in Mexico somehow. Young men.
America.
Yeah, it's crazy.
America.
Just a coincidence.
That's a conspiracy closing thought, but that's fine.
Okay, I got a different one then.
Okay.
Ah, damn it.
You ever watch TV?
No. What is TV, Ed?
It's this thing, I don't. I'd have more of it if my antenna wasn't limp. Bathtubs.
Giggity.
Every fucking bathtub is massive. If you watch a show, every time somebody's in the bathtub, they lean back and they lay down like lengthwise in the whole bathtub and they're underwater. That's like a 7-foot long bathtub.
You're right, because I was watching the Truman Show. and
Everyone,
Yeah.
they lean back and
Yep.
they're underwater and they show their face and then there's like bubbles coming up.
Not the one in Family Guy. Lois and Peter trying to tub the last one I was watching recently, and
We tried that one time. It was like, and we have a pretty big tub. It was very uncomfortable.
Giga-T.
I ruined 2 tube socks getting out of that tub.
I'm gonna text your dad. I'm late for the hot tub.
I don't think he's used the endoscope yet.
No, he was gonna get Vaseline it up, get it ready to go.
Oh, I won't even go in that tub anymore. We did it at Rotary one time, way back in the day. It says it's a 6-man hot tub. We got 8 men in it. It was
Ho-Ho there?
no, but Alex Diamond was. He brought Wapatui and squeezed in the hot tub with 6 other.
So how many of you guys got pregnant that night?
I started speaking Hawaiian.
Damn.
Closing thought, Tim. Jesus Christ.
How the fuck do I follow that?
I don't know.
So
Got any hot tub stories?
no hot tub stories.
I got more.
No, stop. So going through one of my favorite podcasts this week made me feel really old because it was I want to say it's like this day in history or something like that. 35 years ago, Straight Outta Compton came out by NWA. Ed's looking at me like blank face.
I have no idea what that is. No,
35 years ago.
35 years ago.
So what year was that?
88.
88.
Yeah.
NWA. That stands for Nice Guys with Attitudes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I
So,
can't say that word anymore either, which I used to just throw that thing around.
I always talk with my dad about how he grew up like listening to all this great music. Like he listened to the Beatles and Zeppelin.
They did grow up in that late 60s, early 70s, pretty amazing.
Right. So it just made me think of that, like sitting down thinking about, I can remember buying that album and CD back then and just being blown away. Like, the lyrics, the sound, like what they talked about.
And then DL and Jerry Round showed up and you guys listen.
Right. And I had to be careful, like not to listen to it around my mom and stuff like that. Or like, if she was in the house, I had to be really close, like really low, or have it on my Walkman and Discman. Sorry.
Why?
Really?
They say bad words in there?
So I have a great story about, is that your closing thought though?
Yeah, that's it.
So my closing thought is this. So I have a great story about that. I may have told somebody, maybe you've heard this before, but so my sister, when she was in high school, because I'm her big brother, I got to be a dick. She wanted to go see 9 Inch Nails. And I heard about it. I wasn't living at home anymore. I think I was even married by then. She's 7 years younger than me. So my mom's like, oh, your sister's going to see 9 Inch Nails. I go, listen to this. She couldn't go after she heard it.
You're a dick. I remember that. And then she was crying. And then she came over to my house and was crying for like 4 hours.
I just played. I
knew his sister before I knew Scott.
I had like a hole?
No. What's the song?
Starfuckers?
No, fuck me like an animal.
Yeah,
what song is that?
fuck me
Closer.
Closer.
Yeah.
That's the only song I play for. Listen to this song, Mom. This is your daughter's going to see.
You couldn't play Hurt. You couldn't play Starfuckers. You couldn't play.
Nope. Had to be that one.
9
My
Inch
mom's
Nails.
like, you're not going to see him. Ask my sister next time you see her. Ask her this weekend. You see 9 Inch Nails when you were in high school?
Dude, I should
Say it to her. Say it to her. She'll go, oh my God. She'll be pissed.
I got one better. I might find a 9 Inch Nails concert t-shirt.
Oh, and wear it and go, yeah, I saw. You see
saw these guys back in 92 and when,
yeah, it's like
94,
94.
yeah.
It'll be, do it.
Greatest concert ever. Like you'd fit it now, but yeah, if it was from that time. It looked like that.
We had this conversation yesterday.
Yeah. Because they were talking about GP. God damn it, love that dude. Talking about GP, Gary.
Oh, okay.
Gary Baskowitz,
Yeah, still wears all his stuff from high school. And I'm like,
how?
Dude, exactly.
Well, he has Paco's jerseys. I have them all, but some don't fit.
I kept some of those.
He's like, oh, I got some of high school clothes too. What do we say?
I got some of high school clothes too. I could imagine.
And Tim looks over at me. I'm like, Tim said about putting the clothes on.
I'd be like this.
I was like this. I was like,
I go, no wonder why I fall out of the bed.
Here's Tim keeping score.
I got cramps again. Can't move my arms. Oh shit! Can you imagine?
Big guy in a little shirt.
I was 160 pounds when I graduated from high school.
I was 153 pounds when I graduated high school.
I know.
Because I ran track and
so I was 17 graduated, went to Carthage three and a half months later, 3 months later, weighed in for baseball there. I was 202 pounds over the summer. I did 42 pounds.
Damn.
I was bigger than like the pitchers. And I'm trying to play second base. Get the fuck out of here.
Go back to the rotary.
I had to go play first base with my little second baseman's mitt. It was hilarious. Like, Ed, why don't you go over to first base and
You bought Hallberg's glove?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Little Glove All Stars.
Little Glove All Stars. Greatest name ever. So we good?
Yeah.
Good. Ed?
I got tons of shit. Yeah, we can move on.
Wow. We got more weeks.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here.
Okay.
I did come up with a new product though.
What is
Remember we had Mushroom Head wine? I haven't wrote a song for this one yet, but this is the Malort of sweeteners. Hornet honey.
Pass.
It's a pain to get to it, but man, it's super sweet. Yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's not that good.
Once again, we're the Basement Benjamin podcast. For Tim and Ed and myself, Scott, have a great weekend. We hope to see you where you can hear us next week. Take care.
Go Niners Tails.
Goodbyes.
Sorry, folks, park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome. Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
Give them more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.